Are we live? I hope so.
Blood is boiling, ready to be.
Well, John Doe sums it up with, "Let's watch the world burn." I agree, John. Welcome, everybody, for all things Halloween. I'm yours truly, hauntformer. This is going to be an experiment in terror, because I've never done anything quite like this. And if this actually works, I'm going to be very impressed. If it doesn't, don't freak out. I have plan Bs and plan Cs in my head. If this doesn't work out, I can always make a video of this like I did my Siren Head gameplay. I'm not a gamer, per se. But I am a haunter. That's why I'm doing this. So, by the way, let me know if the live cuts out. Let me know if the audio's weird. I'm hoping everything's going to be okay because Streamlabs does a good job at this. But yeah. Thank you everybody for joining. It looks like we got about 40-ish people, which is more than most streams, which is awesome. I salute you all. If you're living under a spooky rock... Oh, we're at 60 now. Okay. That's fine. I'm being trampled. We'll get to the game in a second. But if you aren't aware, there is a really cool Spirit Halloween Roblox game on, well, Roblox. Now, the guys and the team that put this game together, they've been doing this for several years now, and I've been watching from the shadows, and I think Spirit Halloween has been too. But I've never like officially done a video on it. I've more of like on social media been like, hey, check this out. But I'm like, you know what? This has gotten so good that I need to publicly endorse this. So here I am. Share this video with Spirit Halloween too, because I know that Spirit Halloween, you watch my videos at least every now and again, and I want to say that this is a step in the correct direction. So yeah, I know we got some devs in the comments. I know we got my boy Chad in here, and okay, the game audio sounds a tad bit too loud over your voice. Okay, I'm going to try to turn it down. Let's see if I do. Oh, that's just muted it. I'm not gonna do that. You know, it's funny. I went to a technical high school, and you'd think I would know a thing or two about technology, but not a lot retained. So what we're gonna be doing is taking a look at this game, taking a look at my very non-professional gaming skills, and touring the Roblox Spirit Halloween. Now, before we jump into it, I know you're watching this because I'm talking about it, but the star of this stream is not me. The star of this stream is this game and the fantastic work done by the devs in order to make this game what it is. So feel free to pop into the game and say hi to me, but keep in mind, there are a lot of people that are going to be joining this probably, which means, of course, it's going to be laggy. My streams are not new, not unnew, I should say, to lag, so do keep that in mind. I may have to end up making a video of this as well to cover my entire thought, but I digress. We'll see how this goes. So, allow me to switch into screen share and my webcam. Oh, I already got someone dancing on my head. This is awesome. First of all, hopefully that sounds okay. First of all, I should note that I don't have Robux, so this is the best avatar that I could get. I am gonna zoom in so you just will see the decorations. But hello to everybody who's on here right now and chilling with me out in the Spirit Halloween parking lot. Now, one of the things I will say is that, let me go over here. And the thing is, I may have to do a private server. I already talked to some of the devs about that as a possibility. One of the things I will say is that I went to Flagship last summer, hoping to again this summer, by the way. So come truly meet and greet me. this summer if you want to. But I never quite noticed with these Roblox games how... Oh, thank you guys. That's awesome. I never noticed how accurate this game is in terms of the structure of the building and everything. Like, it's really legit how accurate this entire building looks, both the inside and the outside, even down to the parking lot and the streamers. So, my kudos. So this is kind of like flagship 2.0, or maybe it's 0.5. I don't know. So yeah, let's I guess let's go in without further ado. Now do keep in mind, nothing on this is like Spirit, like official. This is all like fan-made stuff, though I will say this does rival what Spirit Halloween has to offer. So Spirit, if you're watching this, do take some notes, because these fine specimens know what they're doing in terms of this game. So now I am going to... There is a way that I can actually make it first person.
Don't try to escape. You are stuck with me.
So hello everybody. Whoa, this is like a rave. It's like a rave. Alright, let's go into So first of all, this is so accurate to how the flagship is actually laid out, down to the architecture of the building itself in terms of all of this. But let's start at the front lead and work our way backwards. And as you can see, it actually is writing this exactly what the back, it is very loud, okay, hold up one second. I'm gonna fix it.
What's black and blue and
Oh, look, we went outside the building. I think this is gonna fix it. How's that? Is that better? Am I sounding any better? Hey, one thing's for sure, you're definitely gonna hear the props, because in a lot of my videos, it's hard to is it better? Okay, good. It's hard to hear the props in a lot of the videos because the flagship store is just so friggin' loud. But that's not the case here. So we're good. Oh, I'm literally getting I'm getting flossed on by Moon Knight. This only on Roblox can this happen. Alright, so I think we're a little bit better now. We are at the Horrorplex Theater, the Skeleton Crew HQ, and the Reapers Film Company. This is, of course, the back lot. All of this is really cool. Being a movie fan myself, as you're going to see with a lot of what goes on in this theming, I absolutely love all of the movie tie-ins. There's like director's chair, there's camera flashes, there's a what's the thing called? The matinee or the ticket stand or whatever. All of this is awesome. So, let's start with Anubis right here, which would be... We're going to have a lot of people jumping in, so first of all, I recommend if you really want to experience this for yourself, go do it yourself. Download Roblox and do it. Roblox is a free game. Just do it. But Anubis here is, of course, the Egyptian god of death, or the myth, if you will, of death, usually portrayed as a jackal of sorts. And he's got this kid hung upside down. Now, the price tag on him is $300, which I think is probably what Spirit would honestly charge for something of this stature. But I love it because it's Egyptian. That's the bottom line, is that we don't get a lot of Egyptian stuff, and quite honestly, I'm tired of not seeing any Egyptian stuff. So I have to hop over everyone to see the prop. That's Anubis. All right, let's move over here. to I'm gonna butcher the names. Stuperus? Oh, is it like Stumperus? Is this like a... Oh, I'm assuming it's Stumperus because it's a tree monster. Also $300. They put the big two towering guys right at the front. And I love this guy too. I think uh concept wise, he gets the originality points because Anubis is already like a pre-made character. I say character lightly because he's like a mythical creature. But this guy is a completely original tree monster, and I absolutely love him. Kind of like creepy Groot, if you will. And I really like the skeleton that he's holding. So super awesome. Up at the top there, I'm terrible at navigating games. I apologize. Up at the top there, you have a skeleton with a camera, and over to this side, I believe, we have the director skeleton in his chair with a film reel down there that says Reaper's Film Company. All super cool. I mean, you gotta love it. So far, super awesome. The backlot, just so you know, usually film studios have a backlot where they keep a lot of old props and movie memorabilia, and that's what I'm assuming this is trying to be. Great work. Then when you walk in... Okay, so first thing right off the bat, I didn't even notice, you have the Crypt Keeper up there. With a Tales from the Crypt actual... with an actual Tales from the Crypt comic book, which is super cool. This is the Skeleton Q Skeleton Q. I'm gonna get it. The Skeleton Crew HQ, which is kind of carrying over from what we saw last year with the warehouse and the factory. Now we're kind of expanding the mythos, if you will, of the Spirit Halloween superstores. Kind of a lore, if you will. We're getting into Spirit Halloween lore. But this is the front entrance. You have the Crypt Keeper. On this side, we have a familiar face. I think a prop that a lot of fans deserve to have back. Now, just me personally, I've never loved Pumpkin Nester. He's a little too cute for my particular taste, but I know he's such a fan favorite that they would be really unwise to not bring him back, as they were smart to bring back Uncle Charlie and Wacky Mole. I think he is definitely on the slate to come back, and he is slated for $209, which I think is probably an appropriate price for a returning prop. Over here, we have Autumn. I'm going to have to get over here. We're very crowded on the server. But that's fine. This is the fun of it. I can join a private server after so we can get close-ups of all the props. But this is Autumn. This is actually, out of all of these props in this Roblox store, this is one of the ideas that I think is the coolest. And it's not like boo in your face scary or gory or anything like that. It's just straight up cool. It's just straight up cool and very spooky and very Halloweeny. So I really dig it. Also, shout out to all the voice actors for these props. Very impressed by their work. Now we're going to go in here. Before we even get to the props in this hallway, we have the skeleton with a camera and a flash, which I think is super cool, and a great potential for a photo op for families coming through the store. Should this actually be... it should, but if this actually were a theme at Spirit. Now right here, just so you know, is by far one of my favorites from the Roblox lineup. This is the Spider Strike animatronic. Now, the reason I like it is because it's so edgy and hardcore. I already copious amounts of gore. Ooh, it stopped working. I'm back. Don't worry, it does that. We're okay. We're alright. And a guy that's in his butt. That's nice. That's... it's gonna be so laggy. Yeah, it It kicked me. You know what? I may have to... Oh, and I'm completely kicked out. 1 second. 1 second. Oh, this is so trippy! Okay, hang on. If any of the devs are watching, is there a way that I might be able to get a private server, perhaps? As much as I want to chill with everybody from the stream on there, it's like so chaotic that I'm trying to show the props. You see people's feet in the way. I knew it was gonna be like that. Whatever. It's nice to know that people are active on this. That's the whole point of why I wanted to do this stream. I can create a private server for free. Okay. Someone's gonna have to coach me through this. Give me a second. They are free. Okay. That's good to know. All right. Give me a sec. I'm gonna work through this. If you're down, I'm down. Ah, it's so bright. You get a little behind the scenes, if you will. That's all cool with me. I can create a one for free. Okay. I'm gonna go to my home page. I don't feel like playing Adopt Kitty. Here it is. Now, how do I make a private server? Oh, I'm guessing I go to servers, create private server. Oh, I have to create a server name. I'm gonna call it not hauntformer. That will entice people not to join because it's not me. Customize? I don't want to customize. Okay. I'm a hacker. Okay, I think we got it. I think we got it. We roll with the punches. If you ever have been on one of my live streams before, then welcome back. But you should know that there's always an onslaught of technical difficulties. So, I'm never a stranger to the world of Technics. Now, if you are joining, you have to join under your own private server. I joined a public again. Okay, whatever. Okay, if you are in the server, please just steer clear of some of the props so I can actually show them. And then if you want, I will come up to all of you all. So bear with me. I'm hacking the internet, guys. And ladies. All of you. Okay, we're back. We just were talking about Spider Strike. Which, again, if it was real, I would want it. Yes, I know I joined a public server. It's fine. Spider Strike is awesome. It would be very feasible for Spirit Halloween to truly do because it's essentially a hanging it's essentially electrified corpse and a spider. So not too hard. I think they could do it. I think they could actually do it. So I hope we get something like this. I would also love to see a fly creature. Hello. I like your shoulder buddy. I like your earbuds and your flamingo beanie. I like this guy's costume. That's pretty dope. That's pretty dope. And this is just Hugs the Clown. This is just radical. Okay, let's go up. Yeah, the technical problems are just tradition. Alright, this guy's really cool. Okay, Mr. Earbuds, could you move out of the way for me so I can show the product? I can't even read. Oh, this is it Belladonna? Yeah, it's Belladonna, which is, a spider clown. Now, being a movie fan, one of my favorite, horror comedies is Gremlins 2: The New Batch, in which a gremlin turns into a spider gremlin, or is it Is it Oh, it's a mistake. I was assuming it's Araccadia. I'm assuming it's something arachnid. I absolutely love it, though. Again, this is one of those things that they could do. Because if you think about it, all of those legs would just be filled with whatever, you know. And then the mech is truly underneath the clown itself. So, it's really a simple execution for them. Really is. But I absolutely dig it. It's really cool. I love it. Is the live delayed? Hey, Star. You're probably not gonna be able to stream for a while. Because I'm streaming. What? Just for context, my sister just got home from work. My sister is a Twitch streamer, so check her out. She plays Minecraft. Now you know. There's a lot of streaming in this house, let's just say. But I absolutely love the Spider Clown. I'm just gonna call him Spider Clown. I know he's got an official name, but truly a work of art, and I really hope that that he gets created for realsies. Now, for someone who said, but all his legs move, if this was actually done at Spirit, I believe what they should do is make a popping mechanism and all the legs are just stuffed and they just give the illusion of moving. I think that's how they would do it cost effectively, because if each of those 8 legs had a motor in it, that thing would cost way more than $199. So yeah, they would have to do a workaround there. But I buy it. Oh, hello, I'm sorry, I stepped all over you. My bad. So up at the top, we have... Okay, one of the devs is probably going to have to tell me. It looks like he's a clown in a cage, but I can't be for sure. Because he's also got, like, a funky-looking hat on. Oh, is that a monkey? Oh, I think he's like a freak show kind of guy. Failed Act. Is that the official name? He is really cool. They haven't done one of those caged props in a while. It's an NFT in a cage. That's awesome. Yeah, so it looks like it's a type of clown monkey in a cage. Fun fact, actually. Out of any animals, monkeys are the ones that tend to freak me out the most because they have thumbs and they can grab you. And there was also that story about that woman who was mauled by a monkey. I'm not even going to get in that because it freaks me out, but monkeys freak me out, and I really like the idea of a monkey in a cage. I think that's something to pursue. Whether or not it has clown makeup on, like Failed Act, is up to actual Spirit, but I like this execution because it fits well with that circus theme. I'm trying to figure out which direction to go. I'm going to go over here. So, here we have Henry Hustle, of course. Not a whole lot to say about him, because we've seen him in person before, but it's nice that he is returning. Here, we have Bon Appetit. Now, this is the one, when I saw it, that I was really interested in learning more about. Because he is this big old neon clown. But he's got like a bowl of... I'm trying to see what it is. It's got a hand sticking out of it, so the assumption is that it's people soup. But it was interesting to me because of the juxtaposition between him being so bright and then this bowl, which is like a dirty brown color. But I'm trying to figure out what it is. It looks like it's... Yeah, is it just a bowl, or... I'm guessing that's what it is, but I really like it. So, for all the people... Oh, it's a human cake. Okay, that makes sense. And for all the people saying, Mac, I thought you hate clowns. I don't hate clowns. I don't like that so many of the clowns are unoriginal. They're rehashed. These clowns are original. They have a unique animation and a unique design to the aesthetic of it. The color scheme, all that good stuff. So I like all of that. Up next, so this is another one that I was a little confused about. This is Malefic Perigold. Is that the name? And she appears to have... I love that. She appears to have this flower that turns into this, like, man-eating plant. Which is a great idea, because a lot of clowns, at least the traditional, like, 50s, 60s style of birthday clowns, or circus clowns, they had a flower that would shoot, or a rose that would shoot water. So the kind of play on that here is to have it be a man-eating plant. And I love that she has a flower dress. I think so far out of the clowns, okay, besides the spider one, because that's just crazy. But this one, I think, is a really great execution and a really cool idea. So the original clown is awesome. Over here, we have Swingy, fitting name, of... well, it's a clown on a swing. I mean, it's as simple as that. But I think simplicity is its strength, because as Pumpkin Nester is just a pumpkin on a swing, and as the witch is a witch on a swing, and I'm zoning out so bad, I'm sorry. There's a lot of stimulation here. Just as we had a scarecrow on a swing, a witch on a swing, pumpkin on a swing, clown on a swing was the next evolution in that, and it would be a great seller. And again, if you really want to... I love the dancing. Keep it up, guys. If you really want to experience this fully for yourself, again, I highly recommend that you go in when it's not crazy busy like this and actually appreciate all of these props. I did that earlier today, but now, of course, when I join it gets hectic. Nighty Night here. So, I absolutely love how this looks. And the thing about this is, so apparently, and people and devs who are watching, I hope you can maybe clear this up, or when I speak to you guys in a moment, coming soon. I thought that this was the Five Nights at Freddy's character from Security Breach, because it looks a lot like it, and I haven't played Security Breach, so I wasn't picking up on any details of it. Now come to find out that this was made before even the creation of that game, which is fantastic, which just, again, shows the originality of all of these designs. And I absolutely love how this turned out. Like, this is fantastic. It's got a real dreamlike quality to it, and it has that kind of vintage aura that I really dig. This would definitely be one I would be interested in picking up had it been a real deal prop. Also, shout out to Fort Squatter, who donated $1.99 and said, I hope we get Barnyard Butcher. Hold that thought. Hold that thought. Hold that thought. Excuse me, Mr. Skeleton Man. Okay, I was... Okay, Barnyard Butcher's right there. Do you see him through the crack? Barnyard Butcher's there. That's what I was trying to get to. I forgot there's another prop on my way to reach Barnyard Butcher. But here's my opinion about real Spirit. Is I think Barnyard Butcher is going to be coming back soon, whether it's this year or next. I do think he's one of the returning ones that's going to happen, as I do believe with Pumpkin Nester. There are a few other returning props they put in this Roblox, which I think would be awesome, but I don't know if Spirit would legit bring them back. But I really think like 80% they're going to bring back Barnyard Butcher and Nester. So there you go. So Fort Squatter, I hope you're exactly correct. This guy I love is the Cornfield Creep. And what's cool about him is that he's not just a scarecrow, he's this entire thing. He's the entire, you know, the thing with all of the corn husks and everything. Because if you look at the base here, all of those corn husks are coming out of it. Kind of reminds me of the base of hay bale popper, but even cooler. And the face and the design on him is very impressive, so I really like it. $230 is an appropriate price for if that was legit, so I buy it. I can buy that price. And thanks to all the people chilling here with me. Say hello to the stream. Oh, I like your snake brains. And hello, little clown guy. And oh, I love the Halloween swag. Mr. Cat's Cool is just vibing over there. And Boondockery just did a split, and that just hurt my groin watching it. That's pretty sweet. Of course, now we have made it to Barnyard Butcher, and next to him is actually one of the most ingenious designs that I've seen from the Spirit Roblox devs, and that is Infectious Bite. I thought I got mad Harvester of Souls vibes from this, because it incorporates two different characters, one a monster, one I guess you would call it civilian, like a kid, and there's something bad that happens to them. The one thing I think the legit Spirit wouldn't do, now I think this is a great addition to this prop, but something I think they would probably opt not to do is have the turning head. I think it would just be one head with the head down and then pop up as a zombie head. Just to spare a motor, I guess, because with a moving head and the up and down, I could see that getting really worn quite quickly. But the idea is absolutely fantastic, and the look of the zombie and the look of the woman are both impressive in Roblox form. Also, this theme is awesome, how it kind of meshed into this farm, and now as you're going to see, it's going to start turning back into the backlot area. But first, we have Nightcrawler, which again, he is returning. Not a ton to say, but it's Nightcrawler. What do you want? Here's one that also people have requested to have return, and I feel like she's lower on the list of returns, at least in what I think they're going to bring back. I think Nestor and Barnyard Butcher are more likely than Witch of Stolen Souls, but it's certainly not off the table. I think she is up there, and she would be a good choice. And then to her left, we have... Sorry, I didn't catch all the names. What does that say? Snatcher. Vivian Snatcher. So... Okay, right off the bat, I love the hair on her.
There are many reasons why people don't come around these parts alone. One of
Let's see what she does. Ooh. Ooh, I like that. So she's kind of got the Ripping Reaper of Souls vibe going on, but she's a witch, which again, as my criticism is for the clowns, holds true for any animatronic, really. I just like that original spin taken with this witch, which elevates her more than a lot of the other witches that I've seen. Oh, nice, nice. We got the hat dance going on. We have Mr. Dark. If I can see him, Mr. Dark. Not a ton to say about Mr. Dark. He's a returning prop. I'm really focusing on these newbies. And here we have Belladonna, the actual Belladonna, who is just so disturbing. This is like that occult stuff done to the nines. Because of how the dress is formed, it really does look like she's levitating. And she's kind of a blend of a lot of different characters. There's a little bit of Reagan. There's a little bit of why is the name escaping me? The little girl from Poltergeist in her too, I've noticed. Carol Ann. Why am I... Because of the blonde hair, I think, is really doing it for me. But she is fantastic. And then back there is the Vampire Overlord. And this is a shout out to all those fine people, including myself, that agree that we haven't gotten enough vampires. So... Oh, I love that animation on the vampire. That is fantastic. That is really cool. And Jairus there is just staring me down. Man, I love that. So I'm assuming if that was like a legit prop, that would probably be a lot of servos going down on him because of all of those very smooth movements with the head and with the arm, which is exactly how they should do it. I think the servo stuff's going to really change the game. And before we move on, can't help but acknowledge our boy Jumping Spider, because Jumping Spider has been around forever, and not enough people appreciate the little Jumping Spider. Also, we have another super chat from Ford Squatter again. Thank you, Fort Squatter. Halloween Kills Mike will be cool since the new Michael movie comes out this Halloween. I 100% agree. We're about to get to that back theme, but I think we need a Michael this year. We need a good Michael. I thought the one at Halloween City last year was pretty on point, but it wasn't from the new trilogy, and I think seeing that this year wraps that trilogy, we're going to need it. But let's hop over here, because we have the other mother, which is, of course, the main villain, antagonist, if you will, from Coraline, which is a Henry Selick movie, same guy who directed Nightmare Before Christmas. I think she is a great idea for a prop because of the way she looks, her everything from the face to the way that her body is kind of positioned. I think it was a good choice to choose her. I don't know if Spirit would jump to making a life size of her, but in terms of characters we have not seen yet, given that we've gotten now an Oogie Boogie this year, Jack and Sally, they're really running out of steam with the Nightmare Before Christmas stuff. Everyone loves the movie, but we've seen it all before. Coraline would be a nice new direction, but still out of the same vein. And I like that she has her own little pavilion over here. $230 is also an appropriate price. Now, also over here, we have... now, this guy, I can't read the name, but this is the killer from Fear Street. I haven't watched any of the Fear Street movies. I plan on watching them this summer in preparation for probably more merchandise at Spirit Halloween of this movie. Well, actually, this trilogy of films. But it was a great idea on Netflix's end to have 3 separate movies in different time frames. And that animation is fantastic. I don't know what the character does in the movies. I'm going to assume that that is an accurate thing that character does. And it looks like off to the side here, they even have the mask of, the Nightwing Killer. There we go. The Nightwing Killer is the official name. That is cool. I dig it. And then we also have, like, a Fear Street sidestepper, looks like, as well as the masks and the axe prop. So there we have those 2 side areas. Now we're going to head on. If you guys want to follow me over, we're going to go to the back theme. But first I'm going to stop here and just say that there are Pennywise hanging props, as well as Ghostface hanging props. I know we got them last year, but it's nice to see that they put them in here. And Sam hanging props. We also have, this is truly cool, if I can squeeze through you, Shrek, Jack the Reaper. It doesn't look like he does anything. I think he's just a static. But given all of the... Oh, and they have masks, too. Given all of the merchandise that we've seen from Spirit, about Spirit, the t-shirts, the hats, all that good jazz. If you were at Flagship, you got a lanyard, and you got the wristbands and the pins and stuff. I think doing a Jack prop just makes sense. I've always said that they should do a Jack zombie baby. You know, like a little Reaper, like a little crouching Reaper or something. I feel like that would just make sense. But a prop is even better, as are the masks and the t-shirts, which I need to get a Spirit t-shirt, speaking of which. But yeah, I absolutely dig that. Now, if I don't know if he does anything, but I do think if he doesn't do anything, I think a price that's a little bit cheaper would be great. But for all of the major fans of Spirit Halloween and who likes getting and collecting merchandise of Spirit, that is a great option. Jack the Reaper would be, as Fandom Honor said, truly amazing. Now let's head over to the back theme. This is where my heart's at. I mean, all of this so far is fantastic, but now it just hit home because I work at the movie theater. I make and write movies on the side, and we have a movie theater. We haven't had one since, oh gosh, how long ago was that the last theater we got? Was that 2011? Trying to remember the year. 2010? 2009? No, it wasn't 2009. Must have been 2010 with Cirque du Spirit. We got the Horrorplex, which was fantastic. But now we're getting this movie theater, which is like, take Horrorplex times a million. Just wait till you see this. This is fantastic. It says now playing Terrifier and Freddy vs. Jason and Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Does it say anything on this side? Spirit Shriek Preview, which is the name of this, so awesome. Nice little nod. Halloween Kills and Scream. So this is insane. I love all the movie stuff. Up first, let's start all the way over here. We have Art the Clown from Terrifier, thinking of my friend Griffin, aka GM Haunts, because this is like his favorite horror movie. And Art the Clown, I didn't finish the movie. I got about halfway through and I had to pause it, unfortunately. But the movie is super intense, and Art is a horror icon at this point, especially in the modern age. So doing a Terrifier prop just makes sense. And I love what they did with having him turn here. It's a very subtle animation, but very impressive. And in the same regard as another popular icon, which this makes me think of my friend Jade and Jaden's videos, we have Jack the Clown, of course from Halloween Horror Nights, who, again, seems like something that they would have done already, but we haven't gotten it. Maybe because he's not from a movie or anything, but still, there are huge fans of Halloween Horror Nights that would go out of their way to purchase this. I think they should take the risk. I think Actual Spirit should take the risk. They did it with Shorty last year, and it paid off for them, so they should do it again. And not even speaking about Actual Spirit, the design of this in Roblox from the team who created it is great. I love how he moves with the hands up like that. Very in character for Jack. Now coming around to my stomping grounds, we have Jason Voorhees from, I want to say this is the one from Freddy vs. Jason. Well, okay, it says it on the sign. And what's so cool is that when he steps forward, that mask pops up, reminiscent of the Hannibal Lecter from the days of old where the mask pops down. A different approach. Didn't really happen in the movie or anything, but I still love it. Even if the mask didn't pop off and he lunged forward like that, is more than I could ask for. Just getting another good Jason is all I can ask for. Because my sad thing is, I've watched all of these movies post when the props came out, so I never was interested in these when they were originally out. Now I'm a big fan of these franchises, and I don't own any of them. But I digress. Up next, oh, by the way, nice little tease here with the Theme Ideas poster. Up next is Ghostface. And okay, alright, I'm gonna say it. An actual good Ghostface. I'm sorry, Spirit. I'm sorry to the one you carried last year, but it was not hot, in my opinion. And this is coming from the guy who wanted a Ghostface so bad. Like, you have no idea. I've been dreaming of a Ghostface ever since 2011. And I swore to myself I was going to buy it at Flagship, and I walked in and I saw how small it was, and I said I can't bring myself to spend the money on it. Because you could make that at home with PVC pipes. It's unfortunate, but this is awesome. This is exactly what it should be. The nice little lunging action. There's no lights in the eyes, Jimmy. It's just Ghostface. That's all it has to be. And this one looks like it's from from the poster back there, the new Scream, which only makes sense, given that we are in 2022. This theme area is fantastic. I love the ticket booth with the skeleton in it. It's just super cool. And of course here, we have our main man, Michael Myers, who is from Halloween Kills, obviously. Could also be the one from Halloween Ends, but I don't think they're going to do that. It's probably going to be from the 2018 or from Kills, which I actually think the Kills one is more grotesque, and they should do it. But yeah, absolutely amazing. What I love is the head tilt. They've never put that in a Michael Myers prop. Why is that not been an animation in any of these? That's like a signature Michael Myers thing. Baffles me. I love that the head tilt exists. I love that he lifts the knife. This is exactly what I've wanted as a major Halloween fan of this franchise. So kudos to the Roblox team for making that work so well in prop form. Even down to the little, the gauze on his hand is so accurate. It's great. Also, I want to shout out all these people who are not, like, jumping in front and, like, not allowing the stream to see. So, thank you all. You guys are really cool. Thanks for vibing and chilling. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're dancing now. I don't know how to do the emotes on my computer, but I'll dance IRL. I'll dance IRL with you. Okay, I'm gonna squeeze through you. And by that I mean I'm just gonna trample over you. Here we have, I don't know if they made any zombie babies. Just looks like it's kind of the typical what you'd expect at the back of Spirit. Yeah, more or less just what we get typically. But now we're going to move to this back area. Before we do, though, there's this really cool thing that I didn't quite understand what it was when I first saw it. I thought it was actually a player. It's not. This is a roaming prop. And I don't know its name. Someone can correct me in the chat here, but it looks like a goblin trying to hit a piñata blindfolded. It looks like he's $199, and oh, there's dolls. I'll go back and check the dolls before I get to the final couple animatronics. But this guy is so neat. I keep having to move because he's a roaming prop, but how cool is he? Oh, you voiced? Oh, that's legit. Okay, Sweet Tooth. Well, that's cool. Yes, I will enter the walkthrough too, I promise. I really like him. You know what I miss is when Spirit actually put the roaming dolls just around the store. That was great. I don't know why they stopped doing that. That was always something I enjoyed when I was a wee little haunter. I hope they bring that back. But yeah, I love the goblin. What a unique idea of a blindfolded piñata hitting goblin. I dig it. So they said there were some new dolls over here. Let me go check them out real quick. Oh, we have a Henry Hustle doll and a Wacky Mole doll, as well as Crouchy and Hugs. I've never been crazy about the dolls. I know a lot of Spirit fans have been. I actually really like the design of the Wacky Mole doll. I think that's really cool. I would also love to see. Oh, it looks like there's a little Wacky Mole down there too. I would love to see some dolls of the Killer Clown characters, like licensed dolls. I think that would be cool. They also said go through the walkthrough, which I'm guessing is through here. Oh, I didn't even realize that. Oh, there's more stuff in here. I'm stupid. This is Grim again, but I like they added the little usher thing. Again, the attention to detail is awesome. Hello. How are you? And then there's a projector. That is so cool. Man, you guys are creative. Well done. Well done. And there's a spada on the wall. Great place to put Grim. And then, oh, I'm trapped. Okay, we're good. We're good. Up next, we have Freddy Krueger. Again, another character like Michael and Jason that I think we're long overdue to get one. A good one. Looking at you, Jimmy. Looking at you. This is great. I love that the hand splashes down and he moves the fingers. Truly a great design. And 240 is a little steep, but I could see them charging that for this, and I would still probably have to pay for it because gotta support my boy Freddy. Now over here, I'm skipping one intentionally. I'm gonna come back to it, but of course we have Shorty in this Killer Clown section, which, by the way, I love the planet right there, as you can see behind Spiky. And that leads me to, last, but certainly not least, probably, if any of these props were real, I think this is the one I would have to go gravitate toward the most, is Spiky. Of course, yet another Killer Clown, with the balloon dog, which is such a good idea. I would buy the balloon dog just by itself if Bart, you know, just like a plastic or rubber, not an actual balloon because it would pop, but, you know, balloon dog would be such a cool prop. But I love the laughing they put in. That's the vibe of Killer Clowns that I want. And while Shorty was a great addition last year, I really think another Killer Clown would be, I think, just a no-brainer for Spirit. I wouldn't be surprised if there's already going to be one this year. You know, there's so many options. Jumbo would be hard because he's super big. I think Rudy or Spiky are probably one of the ones they will gravitate toward. So there you go. There you have, I think that was basically everything. You can tell me if I'm missing anything, but we have some boxes on the side here. Barnyard Butcher, and Sweet Tooth, and Arachnida the Clown. I'm trying to pronounce without butchering. You got Swingy. You got Autumn. Oh, it's called Autumn and the Great Jacko. That's the official name. I love the creativity. Jumbo and Slim next year. Jumbo, yes, Jumbo and Slim. Slim would be another great choice. Oh, good job, dude, for designing the boxes. The boxes are really well done. I want to see the Coraline one. I like the, I wanted to see the Coraline one because, I like the licensed boxes. They're kind of neat. Because you get to see kind of the packaging of the character. Like the, Krampus one I thought was kind of cool. But, oh, you have some more dolls here. But that, in essence, ooh, I didn't see these guys. Got the Scarecrows, got Lab Corpse, Ghostface. That was the Spirit Halloween Roblox. And my word, it's impressive. It's a lot to take in. It really feels like we're in July at Flagship right now, and then I realize I'm just online and I'm an avatar, which is too bad because if Spirit was this, I think everyone would be very happy. I mean, we were happy last year, but if this is what we got, I think everyone would be very impressed. So, and that's a praise of all of the designers, all of the voice actors. Oh, disconnected. Well, I guess that's okay. I'm gonna go bright. Let me make that better. I'm just gonna pull it down there. I'm just so impressed by that. From all the work put in, because that's not easy. I mean, designing all of that is not easy. Just coming up with a design in your head is hard. Of an actual animatronic that functions correctly mechanically is difficult because some people have really good ideas of a concept, like oh, a winged demon and it flies around. Oh, okay, that sounds great. How are you going to pull that off? You know, how many motors is it going to cost until it, you know, is over $1,000? So, and you also have to take into account, like, you can't have someone with their like guts being ripped out because Spirit wouldn't sell it. So there are all the those components that come into play, but I think all of these ideas are feasible for Spirit to actually do. And just in terms of a creative, fun game, I think that's a really fun game that you can play on Roblox and check it all out. And you have the feeling of Spirit Halloween opening, and you get to go with people. That's why I liked having the crowd there, because it's fun to be around fellow haunters. That's the whole point of why we do this. So I really enjoyed that aspect of it. I wanted to read a few comments because I missed a few. Gino Hunter said, stayed silent for the whole thing, but I'm so happy you loved them all. I was excited at your reaction to the whole back theme. Dude, like, the back theme, I don't want to say I would cry, but I think I would be flabbergasted. Because again, movies and like the popcorn and the reels and the cinema, all that stuff I dig, and especially all of those characters are like no-brainers for animatronics that should exist. If the whole place was just movie characters, now some people don't like the licensed props, I understand 100%. But for me as a movie guy, I think it would be really cool. But all of those original props, I think, were fantastic and just on par with what Spirit themselves are offering. So Spirit, if you did watch this whole stream, first of all, thanks for watching. But I hope that you can see that your fandom like really cares, and we really want the best for the stores, and these are ideas that I think you should keep in mind. Obviously not this upcoming year because you're already done, and you're probably already done with next year, but in the years ahead, these would all be fantastic ideas. Sam did come back to our store just online. Gotcha. I don't know if Sam is actually supposed to be in stores this year. I have no idea, but it would make sense. Maybe Sam's going to be replaced by Shorty now, which is unfortunate because Sam had a great run, but that's how it goes. I missed a lot of the vintage stuff. Okay, when I rejoin, I'll try to go back and see it. How old were you when you started haunting? I'm 14, and as you can imagine, doing a haunt in the 8th grade without a high budget is difficult, to say the least. Any tips? I think when I first did a haunted house, it was in our garage at our old house, not the house that I'm currently in, way back. Like, I must have been 7, something. It was like my birthday party. My birthday party was walk through Mac's haunted house for his birthday, and the budget was this. The budget was what my parents got me for my birthday. It was just cobwebs and blacklight. But you know what? The thing I've learned is people just want to do something fun around Halloween. They don't care if you have all the technical stuff. They don't care if the theming's not 100% perfect. They just want something fun to do with their family. And if you can provide that, that's why I love doing haunting. If you can make a Halloween night special for someone, that to me, that is what excites me about haunting. Now, of course, tips I would recommend are good lighting, fog, and sound go a far way. And also, I've noticed this with some haunters, is you don't have to take every prop you own and shove it into your haunt. You could have a haunt with 3 animatronics and make it work. Or 2, even. You don't have to have just walls lined with props, because at that point, it's more of just showing off your collection than anything. And I've noticed that with yard displays, too. Just like here's everything I own just thrown on the grass. You can actually theme it and make it look presentable, make it look thematic to what you're going for. Let's scroll down. How would you rate the Roblox game on a scale from 1 to 10? What do you think could have been better, and what do you like about the game? Ooh, good question. On a scale from 1 to 10, I mean, I'll go with 9, because 10 would be like perfect, and I want to keep you on your toes. But really, it's fantastic. I'm super impressed, both in terms of the ideas present and just the game itself, like the graphics and all of that jazz. What do you think could have been better? And what do you like about the game? What I like about it is the originality and the concepts and all of that stuff. And what I don't know. I'd have to think about what could have been better. Yeah, you have to give me a little bit on that. I guess one thing, I mean, not that anyone really cares, but like there is a lot of shelves that were empty or like didn't have costumes on them or whatever. That's like nobody can. Sorry, no one cares about the costumes in Spirit. I mean, that's where they get most of their money, but for what we do, we don't care about the costumes. But it would just help fill it in and kind of fill the frame, if you will, fill the scene. But that's a very minor gripe. Something that would also be interesting for you guys, just gonna throw this out to the devs, is this is a game that's reminiscent of Flagship. It would be interesting if you guys did a game of like a regular store. Like take the same props, but format it for a traditional Spirit that isn't Flagship. Like, I don't know, like one in a mall or something. Like, same stuff, but kind of repurposed to how Spirit actually does it for people who don't go to Flagship. But again, that's just a hypothetical Fugazi thing. Thanks for checking it out. Glad you enjoyed everything and for streaming it. Thank you guys for all creating it. I mean, wouldn't be possible without you guys, but I hope, if anything, I can shed light on it, get traffic up to it, and get people who are aware of Spirit Halloween and Spirit Halloween themselves to see it and take note of your guys' talents. Hello, hauntformer. I would love if Spirit made a Hannibal Lecter or Frank the Bunny from Donnie Darko and maybe a Leatherface. I could see all of those being theoretical props in the future. I think Leatherface would be the most solid one because he's in the zeitgeist, the public eye, especially because of that Netflix movie, which was, I haven't done a review of it yet, but don't make a prop of that one. Make a prop of Leatherface when he was good, you know. Next year will be better. I find that hard to believe because this year was awesome, but I digress, Chad. The process and planning has started for the team. While it already has begun. Well, I will extend this out. If you are in need of any ideas or any voices, feel free to reach out. I'm happy to help in any way that I can. Or if you want me to make a video or something, we can talk about it. But anyways, just throwing that out there. How many people do you get in your haunt? It all varies, but I'd say around 400 to 600 would be my guess. It's a good amount. We're in a good location. We're a very densely populated county, and we're in a popular neighborhood. Are you pumped for the Spirit Halloween movie? I haven't really talked about the Spirit Halloween movie. Which, by the way, if you're thinking of leaving the stream, don't leave. I'm actually getting some of the devs to join me shortly. So Jack and Billy, don't go anywhere. I'm gonna have you on. I'm just answering a few questions before I jump on with you guys. But they're gonna give me like a little tour and let you guys know about some like behind the scenes stuff, because I'm not a game developer. I took a game development class in high school and completely bombed it. But it'll be nice to learn about the behind the scenes of these ideas. But I would say, to answer your question, it was about 400 guests, let's say, which is good, which means we're popular. And then someone asked about the Spirit Halloween movie. I haven't talked about it yet, but I'm very curious about the movie. If it's going to be like that Goosebumps movie, I'm a little trepidatious because I loved the Goosebumps books, but when they converted it into a movie, I wasn't a huge fan of how they didn't do like an anthology. But for Spirit, I feel like they're going to go like a Willy's Wonderland, like Five Nights at Freddy's approach, and we'll see how it pans out. But Spirit Halloween movie is definitely not what I was expecting we'd get, but we have known about it, and I am ready for it. Now, if the movie people are watching me, I would love to have a cameo in the movie. I will die. Okay, if you want to kill off somebody, I'll play myself as Hauntformer, and I will be killed by Wacky Mo Clown if that's what it takes. That's what I'm saying. Chad says, so the shelves will be filled. So they will. Again, that was like a very tiny gripe. Will you be attending opening Flagship Day 2022? I plan on it. If anyone finds an official date as to when that is, then I can confirm that. But as of right now, since it's all up in the air at this point, my answer is probably. But I would love to return. I would like to see something from Aliens or The Night Flyer. What about FNAF? Someone says. Zombie. Oh, we jumped in comments. Zombie Apocalypse Space is Spear Halloween 100%. As much as I want to say that is legit, because you know I'd be on board for that, I actually heard that may not be the case. That may have been a little fooling on Spirit Halloween's end. But there's only one way to find out. But try not to get my hopes up on that. The Demigorgon, we actually did get a Demigorgon. It was an online only, and it was a static. As much as I think that would be good, the thinking of how they would pull off a Demigorgon would be very difficult and would cost probably as much as the one we got already. But, hey, we can dream. Hey, Hauntformer, I ordered a Mac body from that Hauntformer Becomes Uncanny video and still hasn't gotten it. When will it ship? All of our Macs are currently being shipped out next Friday, actually. It was a holiday for our Mac organization, so please give us some delay. Let's see if there's any more. What was your favorite animatronic from the game? Ooh, I'm gonna say originality-wise, gosh, there's a lot of good ones. Probably the spider one, maybe the spider attack one, because it was just gory and I like bugs. Maybe not. There were so many other creative ideas that it's hard to say that that's like, oh, that's my favorite. But it's definitely up there. And then also Spiky, because I love killer clowns, and if they don't make another killer clown, I'm gonna have to get Shorty. But I love the Spiky idea. That's great. Let's see, anything else? Would you like to see a full-on licensed The Overlook Hotel ISE? As much as the Shining fan in me would love to say yes, I don't know how that would be an entire theme. But I would like to see an animatronic from The Shining. But again, that's the same problem with doing a Candyman prop, which I've really wanted to see for a while. The problem with those two is that they're a face. You have to get Tony Todd and Jack Nicholson's likeness, and you can run into issues with attaining that and issues in sculpting it to look like those characters. That's why they do the masked characters, except Freddy, because he's basically a mask of makeup. It'd be cool if they made a Beetlejuice sandworm using the Mr. Dark mech. I actually suggested that in a video I did. There were supposed to be more tabletops, but we didn't finish them yet. 2 more dolls and more vintage stuff. Well, that's good to know, because that would be the other thing I'd say is more of that kind of smaller stuff. But I'd say you guys you've found what you're good at, and that's making these giant animatronics. So I would stick with doing the main props the most. If you like horror, sorry, I was yawning. If you like horror, try out Dead by Daylight. I play Dead by Daylight, actually. You can add me on my gamer tag on Xbox, hauntformer31. You can also friend me on Roblox, and I'll try to respond as soon as I can. Oh, you went to an estate. Phantom Haunter went to an estate sale and got a bunch of cool props. That is awesome. I love Facebook Marketplace, eBay, estate sales, yard sales. All of that stuff is great for finding loose odds and ends of Halloween. What's the best spirit in your opinion? Oh, man, that's hard. 20, 11, 12, or 13. One of those. Zombie Wasteland is my favorite theme, so may have to dip for that year in particular, but one of those. One of those. We should see an animatronic from The Nun or The Conjuring. We have gotten some from Morbid back in the day, but I would like to see some upgraded ones. Speaking of giant animatronics, what about a Lady Dimitru one? All I will say to that is that it would sell out, but maybe for not the intended reasoning. If they made it Lady or whatever. Sorry, I've seen too many memes at this point. Do you believe the rumors about the Hatbox Ghost prop? I am skeptical, but I would really love if they were true. Back to the haunt thing. I have 189 props and only use 64, so I can really don't use all the stuff you have. Yeah, but that's still a lot of props. Dang, 64. Booger. I'm just reading comments out loud. If you look at Bon Appetit's cake, there's a face in it. Well, that's good to know. His face is eating a face. And I think a Nemesis would sell better. Okay, well there you go. Interesting. All right. So now, if our kind mystery guests would like to join, I am going to add the devs, which are of course JTA, Mr. Jack, and Bill. So give me one sec. And maybe Ashton's on here too. I don't know. But I am going to gonna join we're going through the Discords, which by the way, I didn't say this before, but there's actually a hauntformer Discord, official Discord. So find the Discord. I don't run the Discord, but feel free to join it, and I do pop in from time to time, so you can chill with me and check it out. Pyramid Head would be cool too. Okay, I'm joining the call. Yo, what is up? Okay. First of all, I should see if the stream can hear you guys. Can you hear? I think we're very quiet. Yeah. Okay, that's probably because I turned the desktop audio down. All right. Yeah, that's all right. Say words now and see if the words. Any better? I don't know how delayed I am. A little bit delayed, but I think the preview looks better. Okay. Let me check and see how we sound. I don't think I can hear it all now. Well, that's okay. I'm being very quiet. I just know it's gonna blow my eardrums when I join the Roblox. But there's a way to turn down the in-game volume. Is there? All right, I'll figure that out when I join. Well, let me ask the chat here, since you guys are the ones watching. Can you hear our mystery guests? I mean, it's not much of a mystery, I guess. But can you hear them? Okay, like at least as much as you can hear me. Because who wants to hear me anymore? Who wants to hear this Alvin and the Chipmunk sounding man? Yeah, who wants to hear Buzz? Okay, they said barely. Alright, I'm going to turn you guys up more. Alright. Oh, they said they can now. No, I'm getting... Also, the chat's delayed, too, so it's hard to tell. Yes, it's very mixed. Ooh, a graboid prop from Tremors. That would be cool. I don't know how they would pull... I don't know how that would be executed, but... Hey, anything's possible. I love Tremors. Light buzzer. I think... Let me see. I feel like it's because... Is it trying to... Okay, wait. Mute. Voice settings. Output volume. Okay, maybe that's it. Alright, say something now. I tried to change Discord's audio itself to see if that would do anything. Let us see.
Okay, I can hear it. It's still very faint for some reason. It's better than before, but we're very faint. I feel like it's not being picked up by the computer itself. Or do you have us on like your phone or something?
No, you're on my computer, but you're not coming through my good speakers. I think that's... And I don't know why. Because all audio, you're like coming through my, coming through my monitor. Hang on, I do have a plan B.
Alright.
Maybe. Plan B is this guy, which is a microphone that is very loud. I use it to record when I'm narrating like creepypastas and stuff, and I have to sit way far away from it because it picks up my voice a little too well. But that means it'll probably pick up yours. So, let's see. I hope and pray. Incredible as it may seem. Okay, here we go. Okay, how's that sound? Let's see.
Okay, I hear you very clearly.
Yes, now I'm aiming it at you.
Alright, now let me see if I can hear myself on this stream.
I may have to move it back, actually, if you're too loud.
Yes, I can hear us now. Perfect.
Nice.
Okay, there we go.
Cool. Alright.
Great.
Alright, well, before we actually... Okay, good. Everyone can hear you guys. Nice. Cool. Well, before we actually jump into the game, how about you guys introduce yourselves and tell us your social security numbers?
Exactly, that's what we need to do.
I'm just
Sure, I think Billy, you should go
You want to
first.
go first, or you want me to go?
No, you should go first.
Alright, well, I am probably known by most of the Roblox people as DevBill, or WillBill on my YouTube. I'm the one who kind of started all the Roblox Spirit stuff all the way back in 2015. Kind of carried it out with the making of the real Spirit, and then kind of 2019 picked it off by doing our ideas for Spirit to kind of create what we want them to do, you know? It's a little bit different, taking it on our own take.
Yes, and I am JTA Hans, Jack, and Roblox, I'm Jack Attack Likes Games, and I have been doing the Spirit stuff since I think my first store was like 2018, and I've known Billy since way back then, and I haven't really collaborated much with the Roblox Spirit that he's done until about last year or so, and this year I've really done a lot more. I've done voices and worked on the themes and a bunch of stuff, but that's really how my story is. It's been really fun.
And I didn't realize that Bill, like your work goes back to 2015.
Oh, yeah. It used to be kind of like me kind of making these things for fun, and then I wouldn't really I think I have one published from the earliest of 2016, and then at that point it was kind of just me on my little computer putting things together, and it looked honestly really atrocious compared to what we can do now. But it was just fun getting into the hang of doing stuff like that. And
sure.
I would say I want to say 2018 is when it started to get some attention from a few people. You kind of hear it around in the community a little bit, but then from there it just kind of kicked off to where it is now, to where like you hear everybody, like you especially, just like knowing about this, talking about this, kind of following along with how we do everything. So it's just kind of picked off a lot into the community with people, seeing it, being involved with it, watching all the stuff we do, watching the progress and everything.
Yeah, it's super impressive.
One other person I want to mention too, just so we don't forget him. He was added here, but he can't call with us right now. Ashton, Mr. Halloween, or Telesoft on Roblox.
We miss you, Ashton.
He is also another person. Yeah, he's worked a lot on these games over the past few years, and he does a lot of great work for the game. When it comes to themes, decals, graphics, a lot of things. He's been with us for a very long time, longer than I have with Billy. So I just wanted to shout him out and make sure he's known, because he couldn't be here on the stream, and I didn't want him to go forgotten.
Oh yeah, and you want to credit the other people. We have obviously the three main people, me, Jack, and Ashton, who build. We want to have the credit to the design team, which is like Halloween Haunter, Mr. Halloween Haunter, Aiden K, BTRS Official, and Just Supporting Daily. We got a whole team of designers that kind of make our ideas come together, and then we go ahead and build it for them.
Alongside Gino Haunter.
Gino Haunter as well.
Gino Haunter's here, and then Logan Kaler, or Dark Fox. He also helped us out a little bit this year for this year's Theme Ideas game.
That is sweet. So you guys have a pretty big team. This is this is a
yeah.
full-out production.
Yeah.
I remember the days when, like, YouTubers were, like, including myself, like, people did, like, videos where they would show, like, their ideas, like a drawing, if you will, or, like, even on Instagram, like, here's my idea for a prop. But it's like now you guys actually made a whole store chock full of them, and they actually work. Like, that's like a step above.
Right. This was like a really hard thing to pull off in older versions of Roblox too. Like,
really?
I don't think we would have been able to make this back then for sure with Roblox's capabilities if we even had this skill. So I think now is especially a great time for us to be doing this.
Right.
Well, I mean, that's really good. That it gives you those capabilities to do this.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So
put it together and envision how it would look without, actually putting it together. You're kind of envisioning how it could be, getting these ideas out of how you would do it without being at the level of actually being able to do it yet, which we'd love to be able to do someday.
Yeah.
I think all of you guys are capable. So, Spirit, if you're hiring, you have your new team.
Yeah. Hopefully someday.
Yeah.
So
that's all this is working for. I was saying to you, Mac, already, but it's been a great experience, especially working on this stuff. Once again, with 3D modeling the heads and the parts for these, and the voice acting, and the writing, and the graphic design, the 3D building of all of this. It's just a really great experience. Gets better every year, and it helps us flesh out our skills in this stuff.
Yeah, and I've seen you guys improve just over the last couple years. I mean, not that like last year anything was bad, but you really see like the evolution of your craft on here.
Oh yeah.
So then my two questions before we jump into the game are one, what's the hardest part of doing this? And then two, how long does it take from like start to finish?
Do you want to say something, Jack, or do you want me to do it?
Yeah.
I think we both kind of envision everything really different too.
Yeah, I think
the most of, so it's,
it really takes a very long time, almost very reminiscent of how long it takes for Spirit to actually do their own stuff. Like, I think stuff really started to pick up like in November of last year, and then it ended just this week or last week. But it's really, it kind of starts from the beginning of the year and then moves into then. But around the end of the year before, this year, which is 2021, we're starting to finish up what we had in the works for this year, it takes a very long time because you have to. The original theme layout we had for this year, and even a lot of prop designs, were very, very, very different.
It goes through a lot of changes.
Yeah, definitely. Like, Belladonna was originally supposed to be a stone angel statue that was going to be like a servo motor thing.
Oh, that's cool.
And then that got changed into some kind of fallen angel. I think Billy did that, and the rest I think Billy went on from.
Yeah, we just basically she was this originally a male kind of reaper kind of statue that came to life, and then we kind of just strayed away from it because it kind of felt boring. Turned it into the fallen angel, and then I felt like it was too much like in time like that, so I just redid it completely. But kind of on the topic of that, for how long this took, I think the first concept we drew was February 2021, so at least over a year of work, kind of from the very beginning of this. And the hardest part as well is making sure everything is 100%, 100% to the best of your ability to please people, because so many things we finish, and then we're like, okay, we might change this, tiny little things, to make sure that they're exactly what people want Spirit to do, if that makes sense. We just want to make sure everything's 100% perfect, which we take all the time to really develop these things, to make sure the outcome of them is 10 out of 10.
Definitely. So how long does the creation of the game itself take? In terms of
game, I think when we started the very beginning of building physically, not design, I think it started off in, I want to say, September. We started making the first few props. We started modeling them. And then I want to say November is when we started the themes. And then we kind of branched off into little groups of who was making props, who was making themes.
Wow.
And then working together to kind of tie them together at the end, which took obviously 3-4 months to do that. Kind of doing as much as we can with also juggling our everyday lives, because obviously this isn't like a job. This is our,
it's like a passion project.
Fun. We got to put that on top of our everyday lives, and then find ways to work that in without
But it's nice you guys have a support group of like-minded people, that also want to do what you do.
Right. And that's that's the best part about it too, is that we have all these people that can even look up to us, which makes us so inspired to keep doing more. Is the fact that people would love to do stuff like this, and they kind of look up to us as an inspiration to do this themselves. So we're kind of driving more people to do this, and more creativity to kind of shine through. Because the horror community has so much creativity. It's just people need to find ways to spread that and to show that, and this is a great way to do that.
Yeah, definitely. There's I've seen so many ideas that a lot of people have. That's why we do a contest for our theme idea stuff. Once again, where, because a lot of people in this community have a lot of creativity, and it's really fun to have a contest where people submit drawings or concepts or ideas, and we actually create it in the game. We have it voiced and modeled and animated. That's something really fun for us, because it's a very it's a really nice community-oriented thing that I think would be cool even to see by Real Spirit. It's just, issues with rights and things like that would end up playing in with doing that in real life. You'd really have to... There's a lot of nitty-gritty things that would make that a little difficult IRL, but for the game, it's a really fun thing to do. Very fun.
So 2 more questions that popped in my head before we jump in. One is, have any of you guys on your team attempted to build any of these IRL? And then my other question is, what are each of your guys' favorites from this year's lineup?
Oh, that's so hard.
I know.
Yeah.
It's like choosing your favorite kid.
Is, we haven't attempted to build, but we're looking into doing more of using our characters and selling some stuff related to these characters, starting off small. And then, hell, if someday we're able to make some of these things in real life, that would be amazing. But we're planning small right now to kind of make some of our characters come to life, even if it's in a form of a doll, a figure, a poster. We want to try to start something from here and see where this can go. Obviously, when we start that, we want to use our designs, nothing spirit related, so we can kind of our own thing.
Right.
And then kind of go from there and see how that goes. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
On that little tangent, to kind of get onto that and go off on a little tangent. I think that for the future of theme ideas for Roblox, I think it would be good for us to go in the direction of doing our own store, not like having it not actually Spirit, but our own store, still based in like logic and reality, not some kind of wacky amusement park thing. But
Interesting.
effectively, just our own little Spirit type store, kind of like how you have Halloween City or Halloween Express, our own version of that, because the more and more this gets popular, the more and more people might get confused with real Spirit, and
Yeah, exactly.
we don't also want to tread on Spirit's territory and invade their personal space with our stuff. So
Right.
having it as our own thing would be good. And even then, for future, if we wanted to make some of the designs that we did in game as real things, we could just put that under our own name rather than just it would be more difficult if it's like Spirit theme ideas. This is the prop.
And this sounds like it's the start to it could be the start to like a legit company. Like I know you guys don't have like warehouses or like all the electronics to make these actually, but like you have the idea and you have a team of creatives, which goes far.
It's just kind of it's like we're still kind of in the testing of like how is this gonna go. That's why next year we want to try to drive it even bigger to see how it goes, and if that succeeds, I think that'll give us a good idea of where we can go from the future with this.
Especially with figuring out our skills and our strengths, what needs to be improved, what kinds of people need to be along for the ride. If we were to take this more seriously, how we would do that. It's a very long and hard process. It's not something you can just jump into, without a set goal or without, an understanding of what you're getting into. But these are all great stepping stones in a process to maybe something bigger.
I hope so. I hope so.
Yeah. I think all of us do.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
For all your team's sake and for even the fans of this too. And I think one of the things like you had mentioned about doing stuff like merchandise based off your characters, I think that'd be a good way of like getting the word out there more.
Right.
In what capacity, I don't know, whether it's like t-shirts or if you can make plush things or I don't know. Stuff you guys will have to consider, but I think it's on track for being something bigger than it currently is.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah.
That's the point we're gonna keep, because it like I said, it started as like more of like, oh, this is a fun thing to do on the side, kind of do your own little thing, and then like with how big it got, like we kind of realized that this is at the potential to be something bigger, like not to toot our own horn, but like we're kind of like, okay, people love this stuff and it's turned out really good. Like we think that with that, like it kind of shows that we could probably do something with this, take it to a bigger level, and it would work out. So it's kind of up in the air what we want to do, but we definitely want to move forward with it.
Yeah.
As you should.
Definitely.
Hope so.
So do you guys want to jump into the game then, and you can give me a little tour, and then you can answer my favorites question?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, sure.
If such an answer exists.
You get to decide that, but I feel like I have.
Now
I've definitely got my favorite in mind.
Oh, you do? Interesting.
Yes. But I'll wait till we hop in the game.
Alright, that's cool. So I have to figure out how to do a private server.
Oh yeah. So
we'll make.
I created one. If you go to VIP, or if you click the servers tab, you should see one by me that says VIP tours, and you can just click join on it.
I do see it actually. Yeah. Cool. All right, we're dropping in.
All right.
Where did it pop up? Oh, of course, it popped up on the wrong monitor. There, we'll fix that.
I think I need to actually add you as a friend, Mac, because I have maximum friends, and I need to unfriend an inactive account from 6 years ago.
Yeah, show that person who's boss.
Yeah, definitely. Let me see. Billy, are you in? And everyone's in? Alright.
Sweet.
Yep. So, starting from the outside, we really study this building really hard.
I can tell.
Capture here.
Yeah.
You even got the bench that I sat at for a good 30 minutes when I was actually at Flagship.
A few things were supposed to be here. Like, we have the entire parking lot with all the stores, but since opening yesterday had like 100-something people in the game, we just kind of removed all the unnecessary things so that it could perform better for everybody, because there was just so many people in here. So we have like the entire, almost the exact spot of like land and everything, like almost exactly replicated. Yeah.
Sorry, my bad.
The oof sounds.
I turned down the oofs. Alright, I'm back.
Yeah. Well, I think we're going to be making 2 separate versions of this game, one with lower graphic settings and one with higher. So there's going to be a little more added detail on the higher graphics one, because there's some people with big, beefy computers who can run this game fine, you know, and it would be nice to put out a game that can, you know, that's, like, very nice for those people to see with the high graphic settings. And then there's people who can't even run this on their phone, so we'll have to make a lower graphics version that fits their needs. So it all will work really nicely together once it's all finished.
I really like too the little the little pavilion over here where they had the DJ.
We could do some stuff here, but yesterday
it'd be cool to have a little stage and drums and maybe a guitar.
The only thing you're missing is like 10 kids doing parkour backflips to the theme of Spirit Halloween.
Kids dressed up in Spirit Halloween prop costumes.
Yeah.
Food trucks.
Yeah, and food trucks and people dressed like Whack-A-Mole.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now this game also is going to be VR accessible.
Really?
Get that fixed up. Yeah, so you will be able to experience this in VR. I don't know if you have any VR headsets or anything.
I do. I actually do have a really cruddy one from like 7 Christmases ago.
Well, hopefully it works.
So hopefully it'll work. Then you can see me do VR. Also, Boner Jams just made a. I love having to say his name. Just did a Boner Jams. Yes, it did a super chat. Saying it would be cool for Spirit to premiere a new animatronic on the game. Hey, if you guys ever got a collab, that would be kind of cool.
Oh yeah,
that would be very cool.
That would be awesome.
That'd be nice.
Or maybe the whole sneak peek season if they unveiled sneak peeks in the store. That would be kind of different. Like, and they're blacked out until you see them or something like that.
Right.
Yeah. Now, one cool thing over here is we did this year. We thought it would be cool, even for it's very much, you know, reminiscent of what Spirit did last year at their grand opening, but I made a little lanyard you could buy in the game that's only available, I think today is the last day. Maybe I'll stretch it to tomorrow. I think today will be the last day, though, where you can get this exclusive opening day lanyard. So
I like
you can wear it, and it's $2 Robux. I would have made it free, but Roblox, for some reason, wants people to sell stuff for Robux.
Yeah.
Now, so.
Well, I don't think 2 Robux is gonna break anyone's bank.
Yeah, yeah, definitely not.
So I think we're okay.
And then in here we have the welcome to our flagship store thing.
Yes, of course, very iconic.
Yes.
I get the windows blacked out so nobody's.
Yes, and
yeah.
Yes, and people being scolded from squeezing back here.
Yeah. Hey, you're not supposed to be looking in here.
No looking.
But anyway, here is the very calm now, you know, relaxed, smooth.
Yes, it's actually kind of creepy how still it is now.
Oh yeah. Nothing moving at all.
Yeah, not being bombarded.
Yeah. And you can probably hear some of the stuff better too. All the great voice actors we have.
Yes, that's true.
So let's
start with Stuffer. Yeah, Stuffer is the pronunciation. I'm pretty sure this is the contest winner, so we kind of have...
Yeah.
This is the contest winner?
Yeah, we have people in.
Well, I can see why this won.
Yeah. We have so many people sending all their ideas, and our team picks the best looking one.
That's awesome. Who did the voice acting on that? That's good.
Colton Halloween Honka, you may know him.
I do, yeah. Wow.
He did the voice acting for.
That was so deep it shook my whole desk.
Wow.
That was great.
Yeah, there's a lot of bass on some of this audio. Let's play Anubis now.
Life soon to be sacrificed to the dead. They'll wait to thrive on the innocent lives of humans. It's too late for you. Your screams will be muffled as the dead feed on your soul.
I love that you guys went with an Anubis.
That was actually done by Dino Hunter. We really wanted to get another mummy prop, but we wanted to make sure it wasn't just a classic mummy because we kind of did that last year.
Yeah.
So we just found ways to kind of make the characters a bit different from the generic,
I like it.
straight mummy, straight vampire. And yeah, and I think he turned out great. Justin did a really cool job designing him.
Yeah, I love the design. A suggestion for your futures. I was doing I'm writing a book of like horror stories, and I wanted to do an Egyptian one too, but I didn't want to do cliche. There's like a creature in like Egyptian lore that's like an alligator creature.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot its name, but it like eats your soul if your heart is weighed incorrectly. But that would be kind of cool, like a giant alligator Egyptian.
That's cool, yeah.
Like a mummy alligator.
I'll have to write that down because I want to look into that.
Yeah, look into that. It's kind of interesting, but
another Egyptian type.
because a lot of the hieroglyphs have, of course, Anubis on it, and then there's the gator thing.
Yeah, definitely. If we did that, we could bring back Anubis and pair them together.
Yes, that would be very cool. I'd love to see an Egyptian theme one day, but it's a hard one to do because it's very limited in scope.
Especially if you have stuff like clowns and stuff. You're like, no, don't do another Reaper's Island with that. It's like,
yes.
You want to make sure.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on here, Mac. I think you should be doing the honors of stepping on the step pads.
Is this the step pad for
Yes.
I think Crypt Keeper's audio. Yeah.
Oh, I hit Pumpkin Nester. My bad.
Is Crypt Keeper's audio broken?
Yeah, but he kind of has a similar audio to that one from Jemmy years back. He kind of cracks jokes as he lifts his head up as if he's kind of reading the comic.
Yeah.
I really like that.
The movement's really nice.
We can get one again, especially after seeing him on the little theme last year. We made sure to bring Pumpkin Nester and him back.
Yes, Pumpkin Nester. I feel like they have to bring him back eventually.
Yeah.
Because it's just like a no-brainer.
Right.
He's too popular. But I do love. I also think they could make a creep show animatronic of the same.
Oh yeah.
Same way.
We actually did have one that made it pretty far, but we kind of cut him out from the fact that we had so many items this year. We just
there were so many licensed characters,
and
we had to cut one.
Slice some things out, but we definitely are not done with him for good. So
yeah, I would definitely say because he's almost more in the public eye because of the Shudder series.
Right.
Than
I need to get to watching that because I heard it's better rated than the movies. So
really, I like the movies. Well, I haven't seen the third movie because I don't count it, but it really doesn't exist. But the seasons, they progressively get slightly worse in terms of quality. I think they lost some budgeting, but in terms of it's like it feels very creep showy. So if you like the movies, you'd probably like the show.
Yeah.
It's a good time. Now this one right here.
Another Halloween has come and gone, Jacko. It's time for us to eat all the candy we collected this year.
Candy is boring now. I want something different. Something more fleshy.
Fleshy? What are you playing at here, Jacko?
I'm not playing at anything. I'm just admiring the delicious little snack coming our way.
You're such a scamp, you old gourd.
That one's like so unique because it's got that very vintage feeling to it. It's got all the iconography that you could want with the jack-o'-lantern and kind of the ghostly kid and you know.
And I did the voice for this one.
Really?
For the ghost and the pumpkin.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you like tweak your voice in that, like in post?
Yes. So I think the voice for the ghost Autumn, I think was slightly pitched higher, and then the pumpkin was lowered a little bit. But
yeah, it sounds good.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I really like it. And
Autumn, very, very nice. Justin's really into the really stylized characters and the very
the design is beautiful with this one.
It is. This could be like something I could see someone leaving up in their house. Actually, like if this was,
yeah.
you know.
You know, one little thing I noticed too about his head, it looks almost like a video game kind of character. Like even this isn't a video game, but like it's in a video game right now. But
right. No, it looks kind of like Legend of Zelda-esque.
Yes, exactly. That's what I was thinking.
Like Link or
very
something,
much.
You know.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but very nice. I really like it. I also like. I know it's not an animatronic, but I like the little skeleton here in the director's chair.
Yeah.
That was good.
And, you know, it has. I don't know if you noticed, but I think the eyes are blinking on him and moving.
Really? It's like one of the Digi eyes or whatever.
Yeah.
That is sweet.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure.
The ones in the inside the theme flash the camera and talk, but their audio is again a little complicated to go through and fix.
The audio got deleted?
Yeah.
I thought it was working before.
It might be. Yeah.
I will go through there momentarily. I'm going to go over here and get these two on the side first.
Sure. Oh yeah.
So this one's the other mother.
Yeah.
Coraline.
Back. Now, you're going to stay here forever.
I'm actually kind of surprised that we haven't really seen a lot of Coraline merchandise.
Oh yeah.
Because it's a popular
movie.
movie.
From the movie, it's just like it's such a.
I mean, maybe even like at least like a doll or a sidestep or something.
Yeah, something. Yeah,
like
it's really
movie's
sapped.
so well known for like this, the other mother specifically being so just genuinely creepy in this.
Yes,
kind of
actually, very creepy.
So like this, she's just so well known, and like a lot of especially younger audiences know her for the fact that she's just such creepy character in a kids movie. It's like almost like it's tied to like everybody knowing who she is.
Yeah, and like that movie seriously messed me up when I was a kid.
Oh
and,
yeah.
I was horrified of it.
Yeah.
Another reason why I wanted to do her is like she used to terrify me, so it's like why not make her?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she would be. You know, I'm assuming she'd have to be pretty big. I don't know what the scale for her is, but
it's definitely bigger than what this one looks like.
Yeah,
we didn't want to make it.
I'd feel like she'd almost be like a 7-footer or something.
Oh yeah.
Because in the movie she's quite large. I mean, Coraline's also a kid, but still.
Right.
Yeah, she's intimidating.
Yeah.
So this guy. So I haven't seen the Fear Street movies. I want to. I heard they're good.
Oh, they're very good.
I actually haven't gotten to seeing the one with this character in it yet, so
yeah,
I'm
it's
also
kind of sentimental to him because we watched the movie with this character the night the Graveyard Shift released. So we kind of
I heard. I saw that on Aiden K's documentary.
Oh
I think.
yeah. We all kind of watched it that night. So we're like, this character's awesome. Let's put him into our own little game. So
I like it. I also I didn't notice this, but it went off.
Sir Tony?
I'll say my thing. First of all, the animation's awesome.
very fun to animate him.
Yes. I almost feel like they could do a Jason like that too.
Oh yeah.
And actually, one great thing about the animation too. Sorry to cut you off a little bit, but the one thing about the animation that I think is very cool is that it is actually very easily like plausible in real life. Like, if you really look at the way the arm moves, that's just like a very simple mechanism where it just moves.
Just have the one move and the other one kind of just flexible on it, so it can connect with it.
Yeah, I really like that. And I was just gonna say I really like too that the step pads are little film reels.
Oh yeah, those are done by Jack.
Yeah, I didn't notice that before, but I really like it. Oh, I did it again. Well, that's okay. I get to see the animation.
You also have a little sidestepper over here.
Yeah, I noticed that too. I didn't know who it was though.
Yeah, so I haven't seen him either.
Oh, the sidestepper does stuff? Oh, I didn't know that you could press it. That's really cool.
I'm not sure if his audio.
His audio. A lot of audio designers did improve, especially the ones that had, like gruesome sounds and stuff.
I guess I'm gonna have to watch this movie. It sounds intense.
Oh yeah, it's a very good movie. Very modern, but also takes a lot of twists and stuff that kind of you relate back to the older horror movies with the kills and everything. A lot of the kills are really, really, really nice.
Really? Because isn't it based off of an R.L. Stein book?
Yeah, the book.
Interesting. But this is like his more adult book. Right? Like, isn't it more... I mean, I guess it has to be.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Okay.
Go through the walkthrough.
Yeah, let's go through the walkthrough. Because I really like this. I really like the camera.
That will be perfect for the bloopers.
And I did the voice on him once again.
I like it. It's a good voice, and it's that right amount of humor.
That scream was unconvincing. These are the last moments we're filming. At least try to make it seem like you care. Redo.
I could definitely see Spirit doing something like this.
We should have you on the set.
And it would be cool if it actually took your picture, like at Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh, that would be awesome. Yeah.
That would be very cool.
You probably run into problems technically with that, but I think it's cool.
Yeah.
Let me play this one. Now this is the one on when I went through the first time. I said this might be my favorite.
Yeah, that one's
because
great looking.
It's so grotesque, and it reminds me a lot of a prop that I really kick myself to this day for not getting, which is Eaten Alive.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he was inspired a little bit by him.
You know, you got like the half body going on with the gore.
Billy, come around the other way so you don't keep turning him.
Oh yeah, I was trying to figure out where his sensor is.
Yeah, funny fact about Spider Stick, when we finished our lineup, we kind of made the walkthrough, and we had Spider Clown obviously at the end of the hallway, or Arachnida, and the hallway were like, what if we did like a cocoon corpse, but 10 times better? So we kind of just pieced a few things together, and we originally had a design of a victim hanging upright, and the spider kind of had him by the arms.
Ooh.
And basically all his flesh was kind of eaten off.
Ooh.
But we felt like it was a little a little too gory for Spirit nowadays. We kind of toned him down a bit with the gore and with the balls and everything.
Yeah. I mean, I think how it turned out is great. I mean, I get Spirit doesn't do as gory anymore, but I feel like they need a little edge.
A little bit more.
A little bit more. I mean, it is Halloween after all.
Yeah.
Like I said before, you don't need to be gory to be scary, but
exactly.
A little bit of gore is still great.
Yeah. It adds to some realism, too. So now, let's talk about this guy, because I feel like this is the one that's really been exciting people.
Oh, yeah.
Anytime I've seen people talk about your game, this is the one that always seems to pop up on thumbnails and stuff. And I don't know if you guys have seen Gremlins 2, but it reminds me of the Spider Gremlin.
Oh yes, definitely.
But yeah, I mean, how does this thing? How did you envision this to technically work?
Out of a few ways. One way I kind of imagined it is the two middle legs. It could either be any or, but two that are on both opposite sides of him. Kind of just put a Nightcrawler mech in them, so he goes up. Or
you could also maybe do
a fabric piece in the middle, and just give him kind of a mech like Moonshine, where it has the force enough to lift him up, and kind of just cover that with spider web and their black fabric so you can't see it or anything.
Theoretically, you could also do a demonic Dahlia style movement where it's those two front legs are the legs, and then the rest of the legs are very lightweight and thin. It would need a lot of thought, but I'm sure it could be done.
Yeah. I think it could be done too. I kind of, when I saw it, envisioned a lot of the legs to be stuffed, so that way it would save on costs and stuff for motors. But man, like visually, I love the purples, and I mean, I love the color purple, but it really sticks out with him, and then also like you're taking two creepy things and making a monstrosity out of spiders and clowns.
Yeah, that's all done by Ashton. You did a really good job on him, and that's another thing we're taking into account too. We want to do more like things that can come together, make one thing that you really kind of have never really seen before, and kind of make its own thing. We want everything to be more, unique. Like say we took the clown and the spider and put them together. Like it's not like a spider, a giant spider that jumps. It's a two kind of things coming together.
Two of people's biggest fears.
Yeah, like two scary things put together make a hybrid of that fear.
I like that. Yeah,
if you come on out of this area now, so there's the monkey up there.
That's when the monkey goes off. Okay.
Yeah. And underneath him, you can see there's a bunch of posters that are on the wall. All of them are done by, I'm pretty sure all of them, maybe a few aren't, but done by Mr. Halloween Haunter, Andrew.
Nice. Andrew did a good job on those. I like the Circus Misfits one.
Oh yeah.
Well, I like all of them. Yeah. I mean, that one's. It's in a few places. It's over there. I noticed too.
Oh
yeah. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be like it's a film.
Yeah.
It's like a movie poster. I get you.
Yeah. Like the front theme. This kind of archway is like the film crew, and then each side, like the left side, the back side, and the right side are different film sets. Like this is the clown set. Then we have the dungeon set on the opposite side, and the back is the farm set.
I get it. I was trying to piece together the theming here at first.
Yeah, no, it's just about what you said with like also like the memorabilia too and stuff. Like there's all these crates that could have stuff in it. You have all the totally different like things in here. You have those posters, old signs, and skulls, and sets, and lights.
Wow.
It's all really much. You really caught on to what the theme was. I'm really happy you understood that because a lot of people I feel didn't entirely notice that.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of like Disney's old MGM studio. I mean, they still have Hollywood studios, but they've kind of plagued it with like Toy Story and Star Wars now. But it used to be very classic film with reels and backlots and lights and. I like that aesthetic a lot.
Especially the lighting and like the archway too.
Yeah, I really like it. But so I said in the stream, but like monkeys really freak me out.
Oh yeah.
Because there was a woman in Florida actually where I live, and there was like a 911 call, and the like monkey was like ripping off her friend's face or something.
Oh yeah.
It was bad. I don't know if you've heard the audio, but it's it makes me sick. Yeah. But it's, monkey. I don't know why. Like most monkeys are really cute, but something about them when they're going berserk, like in the audio there.
They're such strong creatures and very unpredictable.
They are, yeah. But I can't. I'm trying to get a good look. So does the monkey have like clown makeup on?
Yeah.
He has a little clown suit. I like to think of him as like a mistreated creature.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. Like they're almost making fun of him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Using him as like a circus act that is, his name failed act.
Yeah.
Because once again, too, I guess it's a more grounded kind of concept too.
Yeah.
A lot of circuses almost and everything. So, it's just kind of adding to his, I guess, realism and maybe even more unsettling, factors.
Yeah, I like...
He'll be back.
Alright, I think we're back.
You back?
I'm just reconnecting to the game now.
Alright.
You can hear us fine, though, right?
Yeah. Alright, I think we're back,
okay.
Chat fam. Oh, so my question before I got cut off was, is he, like the size of that caged werewolf from back in the day? Or is he like a smaller version?
Yeah, he's a bit in between, if anything a bit smaller, because we wanted to make sure he was... not like a little monkey, but we want to make sure he was not a giant monkey, but like enough to be intimidating.
Yeah.
So he's a bit on the bigger side, but not an unrealistically huge. So he's a bit smaller than the werewolf, but he's not like a little kind of, a little tiny monkey.
I got you. Oh, whoops! I think I'm in the wrong server.
Oh, you might be too.
Yeah.
Alright, hang on. Let me exit that one. I still... Oh, and the audio cut off. Okay. Alright. Let me go back in yours. Yeah, but I really do like how it's not just like a monkey in a cage. Like, that would have been really easy for you guys to do, like, just a monkey. But, like, you put the makeup on him and you put him in a clown suit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he turned out very nice. He was done by Blake as well. Very nice concept. I love how he turned out.
Yeah, I really like it.
I'm very happy with his colors and his costume is very...
Now, my one thing I'll say, and it's not like it's not a criticism per se, but it's more of like a suggestion, I guess. But with some of the props, I feel like, I guess this is just the nature of what Spirit does, though, is like, because they're up high, like with the monkey and with the Crypt Keeper, it's like it's hard to see all the work you guys put into them because they're up higher, you know.
Yeah, that was the one issue with them we kind of had, is we didn't want to make it overcrowded, but we wanted to pull out as many ideas as we could.
Right.
Like, I think the monkey ended up there like a day before opening. We wanted to make sure he was visible. We didn't want to make him kind of thrown in there. So we kind of just put what we could up front and kind of, you know, did as much as we could to display them nicely without kind of making it look like they're just thrown in a line against the theme and everything.
Right. Yeah. No, and I think you handled it well. It's just like the first couple times I went through, I didn't notice either of them.
Oh,
yeah.
So I was a little scared because I really like them.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, next. I'm going to do this gal.
The circus is full of laughs and fun. The kind of things that make you
run! Now that's just awesome.
Yeah, she turned out really great.
I really like her. Now, where does that thing go? Like, I mean, I know it just goes back into her...
Yeah, we kind of imagined it as, originally the flower kind of, like, the flower head and everything was kind of enclosed like it looked like a regular flower. And the middle of the flower would kind of split open like a Demogorgon mouth, kind of, like it would open up.
I see.
It kind of looked a little weird, so we envisioned that's how it would be in real life.
Right. But kind of modified for the game.
Man-eating plant. I feel like there would be better ways to capture that flower head without it making, you know, with making it come out
in real life too. Because I'm picturing how you could do it now. You could have. I don't think it would be too difficult to pull this concept off in real life. Just would need some tweaking. You know, the one thing I love about her is she really reminds me of like a 90s to early 2000s kind of like TV show clown.
Yes.
Yeah, we really want like a children's show.
Like the comfy couch.
Yep, exactly what I was thinking. The comfy couch. That's exactly what she reminds me of.
And like, it's kind of even a hot take with her is the fact that people don't really like the normal looking clowns. But I feel like something is just so unsettling about like a really nice looking clown that just has a snap of evil to them instead of just the upright in your face kind of I'm gonna eat you clown. Like that stuff I feel like is really scary and creepy, just because you're kind of not sure what's happening. Like, is this thing gonna hurt me? Is this thing not? Like, it's that vibe to it just really...
I feel like that's what made clowns scary to begin with, is the ambiguity. Yeah. And it's like, I made that video, I get memes about it to this day, about like I'm done with clowns or whatever. And it wasn't to say that I hated clowns, it was more of like just rehashing the same clowns out. And a lot of them were that like very over in your face, like I'm an evil clown, fear me. And it's like, I don't know, clowns can be so creepy in the correct way, and I think this is a step in the direction they should be moving.
I guess you mean you're done with clowns in the way they're doing them.
Right, because like even this next guy is that big like brash type of clown design, but you did it in such a way that it's unique and fun, and the colors are awesome. So
This was actually one that I designed and voiced him.
really, all right, I'm gonna play.
Welcome! It's a real shame you're so late to the party, because it looks like the first one to come is indeed the first one served. Absolutely splendid!
Yeah, that's really creepy.
Yeah,
Thank you.
one of the most disturbing ones I think we have is alongside Spider Strike.
Yeah. I like the hair on it too. It does kind of resemble that like Killer Clown's style with the weird points, you know.
Yeah, it's more vibrant and wacky. I feel than a lot of the big kind of clones like that.
I almost feel like they would put him at the front by the archway. Had Spirit actually done it, because I know the clowns are such a popular thing now.
You know, one thing I feel is good about having him more towards the middle of the theme, and you see it along the way, is because, you know, when you get the bigger and more intriguing stuff in the front, it kind of like, you know, you kind of get finished with all the really cool stuff.
Yeah, it kind of diminishes by the time you reach the back.
Yeah, so having something more grand in the back, or like towards like the middle section, is like, oh, okay, so we're not done with the cool stuff yet.
Right. Yeah, it keeps the fun keeps going. And then of course here, I won't touch on it too much, but Henry Hustle.
Stakes are high, and you may lose your life.
Which I know he's not your design, but you designed him for the game, and he's very well done.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, thank you. Very, very nice prompt. Which, honestly, and thanks to Chad, too, Chad goes full out trying to figure out exactly what's going to be coming back. So these likely will be happening, except for Henry, because he was kind of figured out earlier on and then kind of realized that he may not be returning now, which is mostly likely going to happen, but we couldn't take him out with all the clowns, and, like, him and Malefic Marigold have a little backstory as she was the Mrs. Hustle, and now she's doing her own thing.
Oh,
so we really wanted to keep him in and kind of keep him with everything, so I think he fit in with them really well.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that Chad's able to kind of figure out this stuff early.
Oh, yeah, he's really good.
Yeah, he's a very great guiding person with this.
So good job, Chad. I know you're in the comments somewhere.
Good job, Chad. He's definitely here, I know he is.
Hey, buddy! Here, I got this just as your voice black and blue and red all over. Huh? Well, keep your kissing skills on this car. It'll be you if you don't get on out of here.
There's no hope for you. Your fate is sealed. Your soul is damned to hell.
So I'm focused on Swingy right now, but we can talk about both these guys, because...
Yeah. Swingy is another one I did the voice on.
I like it. I like the voice.
Yeah.
I feel like if this one was real, it would be a really good seller.
Oh yeah, definitely. He's definitely one of the more tame designs from us, and not in a bad way, I feel. Because it's like, you know, it's classic, it fits in, and you know, it's overall like just like it nicely blends in with everything. If you look behind you, actually, you can see on the box, he had an earlier design. You can see it on his box. That head was originally done by Ashton, I'm pretty sure, and then the new one that's on him right now, I had remodeled it, 3D modeled it, and everything. But he went through a lot of different changes.
Through a similar prototype phase where we...
Same with Bon Appetit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I noticed that on him too.
Yeah, the front of the box, his shoulders are very, you know, a little slouched looking, and then when he was revised, it was more puffed out.
It's nice touch-ups, it's nice.
Yeah. But
Sweet.
just wanted to mention that.
Okay, let me do...
Good little children work from sunup to sundown.
I'll play him.
Naughty children will make innocent youth like you turn their smile into a frown.
Nonsense. My proud, happy children will take care of your nighttime chaos.
Try if you must, but we may flood your innocence with a dose of our nightly haunting seance.
This guy, I think, probably is the most unique of the whole bunch.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
And it's unfortunate too because that FNAF character is like reminiscent of this, but
right.
A birdie told me that you guys had this before that game even dropped.
Yeah, it was. That's kind of how it was. What happened was we were trying to get like I think it started off we wanted like a gesture type prop or something like that, and around then is when the first little teaser trailer for the Security Breach game released, and the top of the little area that the character's located at, you can kind of see this little gesture-looking thing at the time that had like a head that looked like a sun and then a moon body kind of. So we were like, okay, what if we did that and then made him like switch from night to day to like a scary moon character, and then that ended up happening. So that's what kind of, makes him look almost like that guy, and that's what kind of a lot of people said about it.
Mm-hmm.
But again, it's like, from our standpoint, we knew that he is pretty much, our kind of design, what we wanted to do with him.
It's inspired, but not a copy.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, that even comes down to the switching of the heads. That's not present in the game.
Yeah.
Right.
And I really like that concept of, like, the sun's kind of like the nice character, and it switches to the moon, which is more of a darker type.
Yeah.
Right.
But, like, the colors really stick out. I mean, like, a lot of these are, like, so unique and vibrant in their own way, but yet they don't like take away from each other's spotlight, so to speak. But this one's certainly, I think, at least to me, one of the most appealing of the bunch.
Right. The funny thing about him is that his sun face, I find, turned out scarier than the other face.
Yeah, the sun face is more creepy to me.
Yeah.
His face was originally very, like, puffy, and he was a little chubby, and his cheeks were squished in. It was a pretty friendly
It's hard that we fit the face on there without seeing it on the other side when the face flips.
Yeah.
Yeah, the way you concealed it's very nice.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Turned out very nice.
Alright, now this guy.
Cornfield Creek.
This one was done by Gino Hunter.
This was a Gino Hunter. Hey, actually, I can kind of tell that because it has that. Because Gino Hunter does a lot of art and stuff, and I can kind of see his the eyes and the mouth kind of in there.
Oh yeah,
definitely.
You can kind of see his style. But yeah, that one's great because the whole base is the corn stalks, and then and then he kind of pops through it, and he pushes it to the side, right? Like there's.
Yeah, we imagine it kind of like little pieces that could also almost just run on two little motors that lift it up, and just have some fake corn kind of sewn together at the bottom that just stick up, and then those pieces could just kind of flip up as he has like a Jack Straw type like mech that he comes forward with.
Right. Yeah, because it's kind of like after Jack Straw, it's like, where do you go? It's like, this is a natural progression of things.
Right.
Yeah.
It's nice, too, because it kind of is a scene in and of itself.
Right, so you can kind of use
exactly.
him in a little area without adding anything, and then he's already ready to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. It's a very nice, solid scarecrow. I feel.
Andrew said might be building this guy IRL. I'd like to see you tackle it.
That's cool.
That is cool.
I didn't know he was gonna try and do that. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah. Send us some pics.
Oh yeah, Andrew, you got to.
Wanna play a hand?
Barnyard
Stakes
Butch.
are high.
Oh, he's got the audio. I was gonna say, I'm like, something seems wrong. Like
activated Henry, but it's
strange. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this.
We'll have to
like I said yesterday, all day. I think for 12 hours straight, we're getting everything ready to open, and then little things kind of slip through, so we got to go and fix that.
But I mean, thankfully it's on a prop that everybody knows already what it sounds like, you know. But I do think out of the rumored returning props, I think Nestor and Barnyard Butcher here are the most feasible.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, this one's great. So that one is one of the. Oh, I went again.
We really wanted to have like what's your we really wanted to make it interactive, so it wasn't just a zombie has a victim, you know. So we took that into account and made her own transform into the zombie. So it's like she's biting her, and he bites her.
It really is like 2 animatronics.
Yeah, basically.
So I feel like it'd be way more. I feel like it'd be like $400.
Oh yeah.
Probably.
Yeah,
but
I feel if it were translated to real life, the extra head turn on the zombie would probably be cut, and yeah, I don't know what else would be cut.
I feel like I said in the stream, I don't know if they would actually do it, but like I feel like the spin on the girl's head, I think her head would just be way down at the start, and then it would lift up with the zombie head.
Probably. Yeah.
To cut back on all the motor, because I feel like that would get worn down really quick. But it's such a good idea. I'm shocked it actually hasn't happened yet.
Oh yeah. We had the idea as well. Like we wanted to do like some sort of victim prop as well. Like we were like, do we want to do a vampire that bites a woman? We want to do a werewolf that bites a woman?
But that'd be cool.
All of these ways they bite the victim and then they would die almost. But we wanted to make it kind of even cooler. So like, okay, what if we
animated as well?
It's
very hard to do that as an animated prop.
Yeah.
Very hard to do that as an animated prop. So
and that's the thing, like
nice translation
where we can really creatively show ideas. Not a lot of things here we can understand. Like it probably wouldn't happen in its form, but it doesn't mean that concept can't be completely avoided.
Right.
It can be reworked.
Yeah, but it has that Harvester of Souls type feel of like two things interacting.
Right.
But I think this is done I mean, that one had the fog, so that was cool. But this one, I really... I mean, I'm a sucker for zombies, too. But another suggestion that popped in my head for the future is, like, a werewolf transformation prop.
Oh, yeah, we actually had one last year. I'd love to rework the concept. But
I just feel like the tricky part is concealing the other head.
Right.
Because, like, unless they had a hood, maybe it's like a Red Riding Hood. I don't know.
Yeah, that wouldn't be that bad, honestly. Have the head kind of down and lift up, but then, like, now you're trying to think, like, the snout. Like, what I can envision is kind of have almost like it's mid-transition, so its snout's there, but it's not, like, very...
It's, like, protruding.
Yeah.
You know what would be cool, too, is, like, because the movie American Werewolf in London always pops in my head, but, like, if somehow the face was, like, made of a stretchy material and, like, it looked like it was pushing it out, like...
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how that would work, but that would be really neat.
That would be neat to do.
Something werewolfy. But yeah, that was awesome. And of course, Nightcrawler.
He works great for the farm. Once again, like, on the farm, it's kind of like a rake type creature.
Yes. Yeah, he's very much like the rake.
Yeah.
Gotta love him.
Chupacabra in a sense, with on the farm, or being on the farm. Works very nicely.
Yes. I like him out here. Oh, and then Witch of Stolen Souls.
Light in the darkness? Nothing burns brighter than a child's soul.
Because one thing I don't know if you noticed, but the heads on the props are stretching and moving, the mouths. We never figured that out until, sorry if I'm talking a little quiet. Everyone is asleep now.
It's all good. They'll watch it tomorrow.
The mouths on the old props were separate and looked a little weird when they moved. And even earlier, they were just images that would flash. But we figured out how to make them actually, squish and deform, so it looks a lot more realistic.
Yeah, it does look very. It has that latex elasticity to it.
Yes, definitely.
Now, is she one of the rumored returning props? Because I don't think I heard many rumors about her.
It wasn't... There's a few little... Obviously, the top rumors are, like, Pumpkin Nester, Boneyard Butcher, maybe Thrashing Clown you hear as well.
You're not very
but we kind of wanted
she's
to...
one that people want.
Yeah, we've heard a lot of people wanting her, and as well as we also wanted to kind of do some that may not be as requested, because we wanted to see if we can kind of shed light on other props, too. Like, we used her in such a good way where, like, okay, they can return almost any prop, and it would be done pretty well to fit with what they're doing.
Right.
So, and we just overall really loved her, and we wanted to bring her back. She's some of our favorites on the team.
Yeah, I mean, she, like, for my personal taste, not being the biggest fan of this kind of witch style, I actually love both of these witches. Like, the one you created and also Witch of Stolen Souls is a classic.
Oh, yeah.
So speaking of the one you created, actually, I'm going to play her audio.
There are many reasons why people don't come around these parts alone. One of which is me.
So that's like straight up Ripping Reaper vibe.
Oh yeah. It's hard to tell on the executed model, but originally her design was a witch that had her rib cage over the kids as if she ate them, so they're in her rib cage.
Oh, that's great. Oh, I love that.
It was, when we made her, the ribs were really blocking out the kids to where you couldn't see them, so we kind of cut the ribs out. But you can kind of see the ribs, but once you hear the backstory, you can kind of get it a lot more.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
So they are technically in her stomach is the idea.
Yeah, like Hansel and Gretel style, like she's the witch with the two kids that she ate, you know? More classic witch taken like really dark.
Yeah, I love that. It might be even interesting if she was like a fat witch.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
like, then that way there's more space for the kids.
We do need more larger props, like proportions wise, because Buzzsaw was a really cool introduction to doing props like that.
Yeah, the larger frame and stuff. There's more you can, you can work with that too.
Definitely.
And it's also a nice contrast because we get so many of the like really thin, bony props. Definitely. So a few larger props would be nice too.
You know, one thing I can really appreciate that they did this year is the hulking werewolf. Like, although it's a little weird in some ways, I appreciate that they made a werewolf that's not... They've made props literally called lanky werewolf. It's like, I don't think werewolves are supposed to be thin.
Yeah. I mean, cool maybe in some media, I guess. Yeah, but yeah, usually on the whole, they're giant, beastly things.
Mm-hmm. Definitely, yeah.
And then someone asked in my chat, how did you guys get past the whole no audio longer than 6 seconds type deal?
For all the person probably asking, I'm assuming they do games as well. How we got around it is, if you're the owner of the audio file, you can upload as many lengths audio as you want. So we kind of upload them and then give the group access to use it, and that's how we get through it.
Oh, nice. So a good little workaround then.
Yep.
Yeah.
So then on this one, there's Mr. Dark and there's Jumping Spider, which are returning. Yeah. I want to focus on the ones you guys made.
Blood is boiling, ready to be freed. Blood is beneath the scene you see. Your options are simple, and you must understand. I can take you down with me from the guide of my hand. Let us do the work, as it will be over soon. Now if you fight, you'll be left for eternal doom.
So I'd have to imagine that you envision this as a servo prop.
Your blood is boiling, ready to be freed. Blood is beneath the scene you see. Your options are simple, and you must understand. I can take you down with me from the guide of my hand. Let us do the work, as it will be over soon. Now if you fight, you'll be left for eternal doom.
And also the fact that you managed to bring back both Egyptian stuff and vampires in the same theme.
Yeah, and that's the thing too with the vampire is he was also almost like another crossover with a vampire and a demon. But we really wanted to do a vampire that was like a very monstrous, not like the classic vampire Halloween. We wanted to make sure it was like almost realistic vampire, kind of like the Carnivore, like a nice, like, less cartoony style.
Like not another like Dracula-esque, like with a,
Right.
And those are fine in their own regard, but I think that type of vampire is one of the reasons why they stopped selling as well.
Right.
Yeah, because people got bored of it.
Bored of a Dracula with like a welcome to my okay.
Yeah.
Unless it was a licensed one, I think then you would find people like a Bela Lugosi Alright, let's do this girl. Cause
The bell tolls, and the whispers of the dead call your name. The harsh chill of the wind dances around us both. Your fate is sealed, young one. Your soul is trapped here for an eternity.
now I have to ask, who did the voice on her?
We actually had a few of them professionally done, so she was professionally done by a voice actor.
Wow.
I don't know her name off the top of my head, but I give full credit to them. They did amazing on.
Yes, it's really well done.
Acting.
Yeah, I love the voice on her is great. The audio quality is really clear.
It is.
I really hope we can use her voice again.
Yeah, she's great. And I could so easily see how this this could be accomplished, and it's so creepy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, definitely.
And like with her as well, we wanted to give her more. A lot of stuff we wanted to take the characters of like Halloween things, like with the vampire or the mummy, make them really realistic and scary. She was kind of our, even though we did Vivian, the witch over there.
Yeah.
We wanted like a kind of realistic witch, like someone practicing witchcraft almost.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what she came out to be, as if she was, you know, the witch, you know, and reading her book, and then she lifts up off the ground.
Yeah, yeah. Especially with the upside down cross necklace.
Yeah.
I feel the one thing that would be changed from her if she was, you know, somehow released, you know, I feel this kind of goes for everything, but they'd probably just take off the cross necklace and the pentagram from the book. But literally, other than that, I feel like overall, just the way she is, she would be released without those two.
Right.
Yeah, because you don't want to get a Christian Karen in there.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and even as a Christian myself, I'm like, it's a Halloween decoration, and she's a witch,
Exactly,
so it's like,
definitely.
You know,
no harm, just Halloween fun.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's a well done character.
Yeah, yeah. Very happy with her.
So that's everybody for the front.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great theme. And I now that you tell me that each side is a set on this back lot, it makes so much sense.
Oh
yeah.
So that's awesome.
You can kind of see how we edged it out with all the truss beams and everything, as if it was the set walls being held up by it. And one little minor detail as well is the front walkthrough has the beams holding up the back set walls.
Oh, yeah.
They're kind of angled up, holding up the set walls inside the walkthrough.
See, it's all that attention to detail that's so nice.
It kind of goes unnoticed, but once you click
it.
and see it, you're like, okay, this makes so much sense.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. Alright, now let's head to the back theme. So, like, I'm a tad biased because I work at a movie theater, but I absolutely love this.
Yeah,
like the marquee sign and the ticket booth and everything.
Very happy with the back theme. It would have gone a totally different. This one, the back theme had a lot of different revisions.
Really?
Yeah. It was a lot more open, but this final design is definitely the most unique looking. I love how we brought back Horrorplex.
Yes.
That's something I really like.
You made Horrorplex even better.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's just about touching the ceiling too. It got very tall.
Oh yeah, it's very tall. So if this ever did happen, there
would definitely be smaller.
Oh
yeah. Yeah, I mean that whole top part almost could be, like could just stop at the sign.
Could work, but a lot of stuff would be toned down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I really like it, in terms of the game.
Yeah.
So now we'll start over here with art. And for Anomaly, who's watching the stream, yes, it will be available to rewatch. And what I'm going to try to do tomorrow is put in timestamps, so that way you can jump to, like, our discussion here and kind of the intro. Like, I'll break it up so you don't have to watch it, because this stream's going to be long, so. But yeah, the Art the Clown, I mean, again, another one where it's like, I'm surprised they haven't done it.
Oh yeah. I feel like it's coming though. I feel like it'll happen, especially with the new Terrifier 2 coming out. I feel like it's definitely gonna happen soon.
That's true. Sooner rather than later.
He was also a hard one to do. We originally had him static, but we really wanted to do the character justice. It's just from the movie. with him not saying anything, being very kind of flashy, which you couldn't do as an animatronic movement. It was just so
Yeah,
hard
he's
to,
too animated in his...
Right, he's too animated, but doesn't say anything, so it's like, you gotta kind of piece that together. So we ended up just going with the garbage bag scene where he walks in and kind of turns his head to the side and kind of just put the eerie ambiance in the background.
Yeah.
And it honestly just worked out pretty good.
Now, I feel like they could just do him as a static, which would be fine, but I like how you took this animated approach.
Yeah.
I think how they did Twisty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I would imagine.
Yeah, exactly, like Twisty. And then what I said about I'm surprised they haven't done it, I can say the same about this guy.
Come on down and have a good time and play with old Jackie boy. Here's where you'll face your fear. So take a chance and see if you can survive.
Now, this one, my Florida friend Jaden, who's a major fanboy of this, absolutely freaked out to me, and he's like, you gotta check out the Roblox because of this.
Yeah.
And I agree with them. I mean, how you accomplished it is great, but also just the fact that it's Jack the Clown from Halloween Horror Nights.
Right, I love for them to do that. I feel like you said earlier, I feel like the issue with him is, with Spirit's standpoint, is that he's not from a movie. So I feel like whatever reasoning they think it's not going to do, obviously I'm pretty sure he would do well because of all the fans. I feel like they should try out doing some Halloween Horror Night character merch almost.
Yeah, start with maybe like a hanging prop or a sidestepper. Because the thing is, I feel like they had trepidation and like hesitation for Shorty to do Killer Clowns, but I hope that was a lesson learned. Like, people like those obscure things,
right?
You know, and this
like
is
how well Shorty did. Like, I feel like a lot of things like this could do just as good.
Yeah.
It's like, I think the chance to try it.
Yeah, and yeah, Jack is back. It's amazing. You know, this is the 31st year of Halloween Horror Nights, so I feel like now's the time to do something.
Oh yeah.
You know, big 31. That's a big deal in the Halloween world.
Oh yeah.
All right, now we're getting to my faves. Well, of course, because I'm a fanboy too. Of course, Jason. So first of all, the background that you put in is really cool with the moon and the lake.
Oh yeah.
And the
We
sign.
kinda made it,
Look at it in the
there were
dark.
movie posters, and these would be the movie names, the price tags underneath.
Yeah.
So
you look at it in the
sprinkle
dark,
everything
You can,
as if they're like coming to life inside their movie posters.
yeah, if you look at this game in the dark, you can see the moonlight actually shines behind him.
Really?
There's a red light on him too. The lighting is very nice in the game.
Oh yeah, we
if you
have
look
a
at it
few
in high
pictures
settings.
of the HD lighting in it.
That's
it turned out pretty
sweet.
nice, isn't it?
I really like that. Now, the only thing is, I feel like if they did this guy, which they really should, I feel like they would remove the mask feature,
Yeah.
despite how cool it is.
Oh yeah, I definitely
Once
see that
again-
as well. Like with this character, we originally planned to do a Freddy Krueger and a Jason, and we're like, if we're doing both of them, do it from the Freddy vs. Jason movie.
Yeah, might as
And
well.
In that movie, he doesn't have his mask off, but we wanted to still kind of get a bit of both of his, because he's got a really creepy face. We wanted to get
Yeah,
a bit
he
of both of
does.
that. And we kind of just said, like, okay, Jason is this character that is in throughout all these movies, and his face, his actual model of his face is based off of the one flashback in the Freddy vs. Jason. So it is from the movie, but it's not the character that is
Right.
this one. So we felt like it worked out fine. Like, it's like, for the general audience, they're going to be like, okay, it's Jason, but like, I definitely think they would remove the mask, or at least have the option to remove the mask off.
Right, yeah, because like
You
think
have
back
a fake
again,
showing and have the mask
like
showing.
think back again to Twisty. if they were to do a removable mask, they'd probably do it like that.
Yeah,
I feel
exactly.
they end up making it. I feel if they did do him, he would probably stay on. But if they were to make it removable, once again, kind of like Twisty, how they have that.
I mean, I think, and I hope Spirit's watching for this recommendation too, is so many people like myself are big collectors in terms of in my room to display things or in their house or whatever. They should make a line of statics of all of these characters, like Twisty, like a Jason, Michael, Freddy, Leatherface, all of them, any and all, because I think they would sell really well, and they don't even have to do anything. And maybe a little plaque at the bottom that says the movie. People.
That'd be really good for collectors, especially for people who don't want to use these characters that have such animation.
Definitely, yeah. Because the jump scares, like to collectors, I feel collectors get turned away from jump scares a little bit sometimes.
Right. I mean, they just turn them off at the end of the day. Like I have Reagan in here, and I've never turned her on really. She just kind of stands there, but.
Right.
And that was the problem with moving over. That was my problem with the Ghostface last year, is that it was behind a wall, so you couldn't really display it properly.
In this one's movement is very minimal. It's a jump scare still, but it's not like a lunge.
It's almost like that Hugs. It's like the Hugs lunge.
Yeah.
A little bit. Yeah, but I mean, you guys redeemed that Ghostface, because, like, I wanted a Ghostface so bad, and
It's so weird people did once that came out. It's just...
I was just so disappointed.
I'm glad they brought the character back, but...
I am too.
Could have done a little better on him.
Yeah, well, it brought a smile to my face, like, to see all the different merch of Ghostface, but it was, like, the prop itself, like, I was even fine with the animation. It was just so small.
Yeah, it was very small.
Like, and I even tried to justify buying it. I'm like, well, it could be Jill from Scream 4. I'm like, no, it's like a kid. So, like, I can't do it. But I really think, like with Michael on the other side, I think both of these guys deserve a spot this year, especially, because of their movies.
Yeah.
But yeah, before we get to Michael, though, I want to walk through here. I know Grimm's on the other side, which Grimm is Grimm, but I'm really looking at the this really cool movie screen. Oh, it's got a jump scare, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I did the animation for this jump scare. It's based on the model for Jack the Reaper we have, but...
Oh, yeah, it is Jack the Reaper, you're right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
One issue with the whole Roblox thing is, like, their video thing, where you play videos, it kind of really tones the resolution down. So that also makes it better to sense that this is a film, so like the projector, so it's that grainy vibe.
I thought that was on purpose, so I guess it worked out.
But I'm kind of happy with how it turned out. Like, it looks very grainy and
if you look in here too, there's a lot of different posters too that Andrew did.
Oh yeah, Slice
and over
of
here
Hell,
too.
Carnival Chaos, Taking. Oh yeah, I like all of these. Yeah, it's that attention to detail that's super super
And
nice.
the whole skeletons watching the movie on the wall.
Yes, that's great. That would be a good photo op too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
You know. All right, now we got. Well, also to go with Michael is the ticket booth, which is really well done.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the ticket booth is a really nice. It has voice lines, but they haven't been putting their own thing.
No, you just kind of welcome to users and bring tickets and all that. There's little things that they did last year with the skeletons in the back theme, how they yelled at you.
So now this Michael out here doesn't make any noise, does
It
he?
should be making noise. He plays the Halloween Kills theme and it has the But yeah, I think honestly what happened, I think it got copyrighted, the audio on it.
Probably.
Well, I mean, that's okay. Actually, it's fine without the audio. I thought that was a...
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah, I feel like it would be totally fine without the music, and maybe even no audio or just breathing? That's one thing I really did like about the Michael they did last year. Is that it didn't have movie sounds or music. It just had the breathing with some slightly like.
Yeah, that's why I enjoyed that one. But the thing you guys got right is that head tilt. I don't know why that was never a thing in any of the other models. Like even going back to the Jimmy ones, like the head tilt is such a staple of the movies and the character. You know, it just feels right.
Right.
But yeah, I think they definitely now's the time to do another Michael. I mean, I know they've done so many, and I'm sure people are getting sick of Michael Myers, but this is going to be probably the last Halloween movie, at least for a while. You know, I'm sure inevitably it'll come back, but at least for a while, this is the last one. So I really think they got to own it with Michael Myers.
And honestly, I think I would be fine even just having the head tilt and not even any arm movement.
No, yeah. Almost if it was like completely static and just a head tilt. I'd be fine with that.
Kind of up and have the head tilt. Yeah, that would be really nice.
Yeah. Oh, and then we got Freddy.
Welcome to my nightmare.
Which, man, I love that. The fingers on the gloves.
Oh yeah, that was really fun too.
I don't even think Freddy would have to have the jump scare necessarily, but it's a nice touch nonetheless.
Right, that was the one thing we wanted to do is like, we wanted to bring all these characters back, but do something they haven't done with them. Like all the Jemmy characters were not statics, but they were fluid movements, so they just kind of moved side to side. We did that obviously with Michael. We didn't want to make everything just jump out at you, but we wanted to have a lot of stuff that's like reminiscent of the old stuff, has movement, and then kind of does its little thing.
Right.
These characters would be great without it, and I think a lot of them would work with it too, so it could be either or. So we just wanted to take these characters, do a jump scare, and see how it turns out almost.
Yeah. Well, I like the execution of the Freddy. Freddy's another one that's been slept on a lot.
Oh yeah.
In terms of not, I mean, we have the Jemmy one out now, like the Lowe's one, and I got to a low point. I'm like, you know what, maybe I'll buy it. I'm like, no.
Honestly, I do honestly think visually that one might even be better than the 2005 version. I think that
it's possible, yeah.
It's a hot take, but the head sculpt is much more, I think at least, accurate on the new one. The
look of it is fine. It's when it goes off, the way they did the animation is really sloppy. I don't know why that was
very
approved.
Sloppy and very minimal, because it seems like it was going to do more, but
no.
Could have done way better with that one.
I almost would have just had him, like, had a static hand and just the fingers wiggle.
Right.
Or something, you know.
Or just a head movement or something like that.
Yeah. Now, I guess I'll go over here first. So, of course, there's Shorty.
Yeah.
And then, this... So I hate to be a simp for Killer Clowns, but this might be my favorite.
It's alright. He's awesome.
It's just... Yeah. Because, like, when Shorty... I was so excited when I heard they got the Killer Clowns license. And I'm, like, thinking of all the clowns. And the last one I thought of was Shorty. Like, not that he's bad, but he's more... Out of all the clowns, he's the cutest one. But I'm like, I really like the sinister ones. And so... Spikey's a great choice, and the balloon dog was such a good idea.
Oh yeah, that's the one thing we wanted to do is we want to do another clown, obviously, but because we want to give him a unique feature. Like Shorty obviously has a unique boxing gloves,
the gloves.
Clowns have that, and we want to give the balloon dog to Spikey because he kind of had that the one scene where he's coming out of the tent and everything, and we just want to make sure he wasn't just Spikey as is. We want to give him that additional feature, as if you could kind of set them up together to where they're kind of have their own little bits of the movie tying into like their own little scene almost.
Yeah, exactly. And then I know you guys were mentioning earlier about like the puppet show being an idea tossed around. That's a good idea.
Yeah, that was the original idea, but we felt it was a little too much to have the whole
puppet show. Yeah.
Yeah.
Another idea would be one holding the cotton candy cocoon or sipping out of it somehow. I don't know how.
Yeah, that would be really neat to do.
Yeah.
Spirit does another Killer Clown this year. I also just feel like Shorty was an experiment with the Killer Clown stuff. He's the smallest one, so he's probably the cheapest.
It was lesser risk, but now they know.
Right. They know, so they're able to pull off spiky for this year.
But then again, though, Shorty was still huge.
Yes, he was bigger than I thought. You know.
Yeah, definitely.
And yeah, I mean, man, I love Killer Clowns. I didn't realize when I got it, it was just like a little movie I found at Movie Stop back in the day. I didn't realize it had the cult following that it has.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and it's so beloved because it's like almost nearly perfect in what it's trying to be in terms of just a cheesy movie that's just owns exactly what it is. But if Spirit's watching, I say just keep until people stop buying them. Like, just keep going with the clowns. Like, let's get like a whole theme of just clowns of like 6 clowns.
It took over the back theme or something.
You know, a great one that kind of already writes itself is I think his name's Rudy. There's a scene where he's pretending to be an animatronic.
Oh, yeah.
Remember when he, like, puts his hand up by the gorilla? Like, I feel like that almost would be a funny, like, a meta animatronic.
I'd love that.
You know?
When I first saw that clip, I was like, I instantly thought of that. I was like, maybe one day they'll do a Killer Clowns thing like this.
Yeah, that would be great, though. That would be another funny one.
Totally.
Yeah, but it's great. Killer Clowns. I could go on about Killer Clowns, but I'm not doing that. Because I do want to talk about this guy, because this one, when I was playing this game earlier, I thought this was another person in the game with me.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, why are you following me? And I realized, oh, it's a prop.
Yeah.
And this is Sweet Tooth.
Yeah.
And is it supposed to be a goblin?
Yeah, he's a goblin that basically has a pinata stick as if he's gonna go get, candy, which is people, but...
Right, which is
the
people.
Fact that he's supposed to go easily blindfold, so it makes sense for him to bump into things and kind of start to play around.
It's such a great idea. I wonder who thought of Pinata Goblin.
That was me at first. Originally it was a clown, but I just felt like there was too many. Like, it wasn't screaming like a unique clown to me. So, like, give it a goblin. Like, a goblin could really fit into that classic Halloween trick-or-treater kind of thing, as if he's gonna go find trick-or-treaters and stuff.
Yeah, I agree. I do think they would probably gear it for a clown.
Oh, yeah.
Just because of, like, a birthday party. But,
like a clown with, like, a hammer they change it to or something.
Yeah, but the pinata works so well, and the fact that he's blindfolded is great.
Yeah, definitely.
And then there's one I'm missing, which is up here. And that's
Jack the Ripper.
And that's of course Jack the Reaper. Who is he a static?
He is. It was so funny. We were making him, and Andrew was sending me prices over, and he screwed up the price on him. And I published the game. I was like, why do we have a static that's $230?
I was gonna ask that.
So and that's what makes people think he's animated.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, we originally wanted to animate him, but we were like, Jack the Reaper, he's fine as is. Like, you don't really need anything to him. He's kind of just most people who would get Jack the Reaper probably usually would just get it for the sake that it's Jack the Reaper. Like, he doesn't really need
it's more of a collectible thing.
Right.
Yeah, but he looks great. I mean...
Oh, yeah, he turned out amazing. We based it off the old mask they had in 2008, and that's the mask that's over here. It's the replica of it.
I'm shocked again, like, that they haven't done... Back in the day, I always said that they should do a Jack the Reaper zombie baby. Like a little baby Jack.
Oh, that would be pretty cute.
I would love to see that, yeah.
You know, because that's a collectible that people would, get for like $30-$40, and it's something to have that's Spirit Halloween themed. But yeah, Static's a great idea for him.
Oh yeah, especially after this previous year, they had all the hats, the shirts, and everything. Where like, this potentially could happen in the recent upcoming years. So.
I think so, especially with the movie now. You know,
Yeah, exactly.
I foresee them selling the movie in the stores come next year.
Oh yeah, the movie. I'm fairly certain the movie's going to be taking over the shelves.
Yeah, you're gonna see
things that are featured in it.
You know, or maybe there's even animatronics in the movie that will eventually be actual animatronic. It'll get very meta soon.
Oh yeah.
But now's the time to get the Spirit merch because
right.
it's going to be more popular because it's going to be its own like brand now from a movie. So is that everybody?
That's about it for life sizes. Yeah, we have the little vintage line over here.
Oh yeah, let me see that because I missed it earlier and people were telling me.
Some of it ended up not being finished in time, so we're doing like little online releases and everything. Releasing some stuff online. We have the little dolls here and then the new door knocker.
Oh yeah.
Just one swing for me.
I don't know if they are working.
If those are not working on the other
like
side.
I said, a lot of stuff we're releasing online on our Instagram. Like we'll be posting a bunch of stuff. We're planning on doing a few more like online releases of like, you know, like Spirit was doing with Jerry and Dr. Loom, just kind of releasing some stuff during a few months.
And the dolls, of course, are here.
Oh yeah.
I would have to imagine all of these are going to be real.
Oh yeah.
At some point.
I mean, a Wacky-Mole doll, like, again, that writes itself. Like, how could you not do that?
If you look on the bottom, you can see we have a Wacky-Mole greeter.
Yeah, the Wacky-Mole greeter, too.
I'm pretty sure we're supposed to do 2 more, I think.
Yeah, we're going to do another... The idea was to do a Hugs and a Crunchy one. Kind of like the SBI style ones.
Yeah, I like it. And then I also noticed you have a Pennywise hanger.
Oh, yeah. That was kind of done because we wanted to... We feel like Spirit just never kind of drops Pennywise, which I'm not mad about the character. I love the character. So we kind of just wanted to keep him around but not do another life size like they decided to do last year.
Yeah, so, I think that's a smart move.
Yeah.
I think that's a smart move. I could also foresee them doing like a Killer Clowns hanger.
Oh, yeah.
Of some capacity.
We just focused so much time on the life sizes that we didn't get to do a lot of the shelving and all this little stuff, so we might be adding that in after, or we're just going to save all of the ideas for next year so that we can get it all done then and put it together then.
And I mean, the store is already fantastic as it is.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, of course. So I think even if you don't have some of that other stuff, it's not going to kill anything. You know, because Chad mentioned it earlier, you're just going to improve next year.
Yeah, the Jumbo doll, he is not working, but he's got the similar movement to the Tiffany and Chucky dolls that turn their heads and move. Yeah,
that's great. I love Jumbo. He'd be another one to do, but he'd be harder because he is a larger character.
Oh yeah, he originally was our idea before Spiky, and then we're like, he's just so large, we don't want to make him not proportionate, but we wanted to use the character. So
and then with him, he'd probably have that big hammer behind his back or whatever.
Yeah.
The mallet. Dang. Yeah. So is there anything else that we should look at?
That's about it for
the
general stuff. That's pretty much
it. Yeah.
All there is. Yeah.
So now, what are your guys' favorites?
My favorite.
Or okay, so if favorites is hard, at least like a top.
Top.
3.
I can probably do top. I don't know, Jack. I think Jack. Don't you have a favorite one?
My favorite for sure is Bon Appetit.
Yeah.
Really?
Of course, it was my design, and
right.
I voiced it.
So it's like your little, it's your little baby.
Yeah.
Big baby.
I'm just really happy with how he turned out.
I'm very impressed by him. I think he'd be cool too if you put like a bunch of blacklight on him.
We have blacklights on him in the game. You can't see it.
Really?
It's lighting, sadly, but in the high quality lighting version of the game that'll be coming out soon, you'll be able to see it really well. I can send you some photos soon that show that, but the lighting is very beautiful in the game.
Alright, it turned out awesome.
Yeah, I like it.
If I had to, I probably could pick one, but it probably will change from here on.
That's fine. So what would you go with?
My absolute favorite would probably have to be Infectious Bite.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It just holds a really special place in my heart. That was the first prop that was designed entirely for this game,
Mm.
and it was the first prop I did for this season, and I just still love the concept of it. It's just completely my kind of prop.
I mean, that's a great option for favorite. I can't. You know,
Yeah.
That's super cool. Now, what about in terms of the licensed characters? Do you guys have a particular character that you like?
Licensed characters. I think I might have to go with Nightwing Killer on that.
Yeah.
Or Nightwing Killer or Spiky. I'm a big fan of those two.
Yeah.
I think mine is gonna have to be. Man, I'm really mixed on these characters. I'm not sure which one is gonna be my favorite, but it's either Spiky, Freddy, or Ghostface.
Mm.
Either one of those.
I mean, all good picks.
I think all of them. I think all of them were done very well.
Oh yeah, it's just hard to
And,
pick
you
too
know,
when you're the ones doing these. They're all props you want to happen.
Of course,
and then you're like,
yeah.
okay, which one's better? It's like,
Yeah, definitely.
so
There's, and also, there's so many different licensed characters. You've really got one for like everyone's different tastes because you have, you know, Art the Clown. You've got Jack the Clown. You know, stuff that's not entirely like, you know, Jack the Clown. That's a Halloween Horror Nights character. You know,
Right.
you wouldn't expect that entirely to be a spirit prop. So that's touching on a base that isn't the typical, like, you know, Scream or Friday the 13th fan.
Right.
A lot of diversity with the licenses.
Yeah. You took a lot of good liberties.
Definitely.
And yeah, we're kind of taking that next year is the fact that this year we kind of did general horror movie characters.
Right.
The next year we wanted to really do classic Halloween characters, almost like we had a list of ideas of like doing classic Halloween licensed characters and everything, more towards, you know, general Halloween than horror, so that we can kind of do a switch of both. Obviously we want to do more horror characters, but kind of do a little taste
Underground characters too. I think underground characters.
It'd be cool to do some Universal monsters too.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're talking about for next year.
Definitely.
So we'll sneak peek into next year, but that's already starting designing some of that stuff. So it's like that's how long of a process goes into this.
If I can think of any more good underground characters, I'll send them your way.
Oh,
you know, one character I would love to see, and I think we should do next year, definitely is. I don't know if you've seen the movie back, Eyes Without a Face, the old French.
I haven't, but I was actually just it was on like the top of my to watch list. And I was looking up like screenshots and scenes from it, but yeah.
Yeah, it's a very interesting movie. It's really like visually very cool, and the main character, Christiane, however you want to say her name.
Yeah.
She has a very unique look to her, and I feel she would be a very cool prop. Because you know, one cool thing about her is that, you know, she's wearing a mask, and that would be a cool removable feature. I've always wanted her to be a prop, and
that's true.
We can do it with new ideas, and hopefully even one day it could be a real prop in general. Like, I would love for that.
I hope so. Again, like, because of Killer Clowns being so successful, I hope they'll take a little bit more with some of those movies that are more risky, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was just thinking of like Captain Spaulding would be another interesting one.
Yes, definitely.
Like, I mean, and he's even more popular than... I mean, we even got a Captain Spaulding back in the day from Morbid, which I actually liked that prop. But
I feel he can be done a lot better now, for sure.
Right, yeah, there's a lot you could do with him.
One thing I love about these, you know, a little more underground and licenses that Spirit's been bringing to the table is that it introduces new audiences to these movies, like Killer Clowns and Trick or Treat. Like,
right.
You know, those blew up just because of Spirit, so that's really
cool. Which is
cool,
great, because they're great movies.
Really light. Yes, exactly. Great movies, and Spirit really has power to shed some light on some really great movies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of any more.
There's like endless possibilities. Like, I feel like every time I think about it, there's a new idea that comes in for licensed characters.
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
Like what we were saying before, like, you know, any ideas you have, you can just let us know, and that goes for anyone watching too. If there's anything you want to see, you can definitely just let us know through the devs account and whatever.
Yeah.
Let us know what stuff you guys want to see. Maybe we'll do a poll.
There you go.
Oh yeah, I'd love to do that. Do a poll, kind of take consensus of the answers, and then.
Definitely.
See, I think the real gem that they it's hard, but like something from The Shining, I feel like would be their,
Definitely.
you know, because so many people love and adore that movie. But it's like you'd want to do a Jack Torrance, but I could see it exactly like him hunched over with the axe, but it's getting the face right. Same thing with Candyman. I've always wanted a Candyman prop, but you have to get Tony Todd's face or it doesn't work.
Yeah. One thing that, once again, going back to the Jemmy life sizes, one thing they did great about Hannibal is that they just got a life cast of Anthony Hopkins.
Yes, that's probably one of my favorite licensed character because it's
definitely
so good.
Something like that would have to be done.
Right.
And even with The Shining 2, the twins have been done and done again, but only as unofficial products.
Right. It'd be nice to get an official twins.
Definitely.
Or, yeah. I mean, someone mentioned in the chat here the Bear Man, which I would be fine with, but I feel like traditional a lot of people, that's like such a small thing in The Shining that it'd be hard to sell that as a Shining prop.
Yeah.
You know. But, I think in terms of my favorites here, it's hard because they're all exceptional. But I would say, the Sun Moon guy here, Nighty Night, and the Spider guy, and then also, of course, Ghostface, Spikey, Michael, Jason, Freddy. All the
we knew you'd love the horror characters.
Yeah, I'll say specifically Spikey and Ghostface, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Nighty Night and the Spider one are really cool. The girl, it's shocking too, like the one with the flower. Because usually I've never in the last couple years said a clown thing would be one of my favorites, but when it's done well, it's just done well.
Shows, like how clowns can be done, but they just haven't been done like that.
Right.
So it's possible, but it's just we have to come to it.
Yeah, definitely.
Right, and then the hard part they have to figure is like what's gonna sell, because if you make it so unclown-like, like the typical clown. Oh, and yeah, of course, the Arachnicada.
Oh, yeah.
The spider clown.
Yeah.
Because that's just too cool.
Now they just turned out awesome. He's like the one of the staple props this year.
Really? Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, well...
I think we're all getting a little drowsy now.
I think so, too. But, hey, I appreciate both you guys taking the time to give me a private tour.
Yeah, it's awesome doing this stuff. It's kind of have you on. About going through and talking about the whole thing that we kept secret for a year. It's like so fun to be able to talk about everything with everybody, and we love talking about it. So
yeah, and I mean, it's not just me; it's all these people. So be checking the comments too on this stream because
want to watch back in the video. Find any questions that went unanswered.
There's still a lot of people watching, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, there's 30 people still.
I'm glad everyone stuck around for this because it's just nice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really glad we could have you stream this.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if you need any more,
more people to it.
If you need any more, kind of like showcasing, let me know.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Because it's a lot of hard work, and I hope it, pays off in the future with opportunities, I guess.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, very cool. Very cool.
Thank you.
All right, well, I think I'm going to get off for the night now.
And very fun doing this. We're so glad we could have you here to tour it for everybody.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I'm happy to do it. I might even have to hop on again sometime.
Yeah. All right, well, whatever new stuff we do, we'll keep you posted. And, let us know what other stuff you're going to do if you do a tour or a ranking video or whatever.
For sure.
Let us know.
Give your ideas. We want to hear ideas from everybody, so...
Definitely,
yeah. Absolutely. I'll get the gears turning then.
Sweet, yeah.
Cool.
All right.
Well, thank you guys.
No problem. Thank you again.
Jack, Bill, see you guys soon.
Okay.
Alright,
flips
see
and
ya.
On the flippity.
on the
Alright. See you later.
Peace.
Yeah.
Peace.
So that was a piece to them, but not necessarily a piece to you, though I will be probably departing shortly. But, again, thank you to all the devs, really, and thank you to my humble tour guides for showing me such like, when they say it takes a village, it really takes a village. Like, I don't even think I fully know the scope of the work done here. And this has also made me appreciate Spirit themselves, because, like, it's a lot of work that goes into this kind of stuff. And, you know, we've all bashed on things. I think we get so passionate about this because we care. So, like, if there's something even slightly off, like when I joked a lot about, oh, there's clowns on the boat, and I freaked out. But it's like, there's really a lot of work, and it's really impressive that we even got this type of stuff. But to see this from fans, like younger fans of Spirit, is impressive. And all these ideas are awesome. I think any of these could be legit, you know... Let me turn my mic a little bit, sorry. Could be legit animatronics that you could see in stores, in person, in real life. But yeah, wow, fantastic. I mean, this was a live stream, but the fact that 30 of you guys and gals are still here proves that this stuff is popular. I think as haunters, we know the kind of things we're looking for. And so it's not a surprise that, you know, it's kind of for the people, by the people here, so to speak. So I'm very impressed with, you know, the theming, the animatronics, the store itself, the lighting, and the game and the functionality of it. So it's very cool to be a part of it, and it was very nice to get a tour of all these awesome props. And as the devs said, if you have ideas, feel free to shoot them a message on Instagram. You can also leave a comment on this stream itself and let them know what you thought, or any ideas that you might have, because they're always appreciated. As you can tell, I'm a little tired. It is almost 1 a.m., which is nuts, but you know what? I still have the energy, because we're getting close to the start of the Halloween season. And what I will say nice about this, to wrap up my highlights of this game, is that a lot of people, a lot of the Spirit community, unfortunately can't make it out to Flagship, actually. But this, in a way, of having people unite on a server, on a game, is in a way that community experience of going to Flagship and enjoying it. I'm going to Flagship this year, not even to buy anything necessarily. You know, I hope there will be things I want to purchase, but really just to go to be there with like-minded haunters. And to be here on a stream and stuff is very encouraging and exciting to have. When I was a little kid in 2nd grade, I got the Death Crawler from Spirit back in, what was that, 2007 or 2008? I was drawing it in class, and, you know, I think some kids thought I was kind of a weirdo, so to speak. And now I've realized that there's a community of weirdos just like me. So it's okay if you have weird taste, because you have people around you that will support you. So give some support to the awesome creators of this game. Thank you for watching this live stream. I'll chill for like another few minutes. If anyone has any questions or comments or anything they want to say before I end the stream. But I made it this long, so I might as well chill out for a second longer. Also, I realize I'm in this game now all by myself, so that's a tad spooky. If all these props go off and start killing me FNAF style. Yeah, so I'll just chill here for another minute, and then I will depart. But yeah, lots of Halloweeny stuff coming your way. I also don't know if you noticed, you probably did, but there is a little video on my channel right now that I think you should check out if you haven't checked it out. That is very cryptic, very short, and mysterious, and it lends its way into something that will be unfolding as we lead up to Halloween. Of course, if you're a frequenter of my channel, it's no surprise as to what the video is or what it's pointing to, but I'm very excited nonetheless to officially get started in the teases, let's just say. Hey Matt, can you please look at the boxes? I will look at the boxes as I'm about to head out. There's the Swingy box and Bon Appetit's box. There. You have the Jumping Spiders. You have Sweet Tooth, Barnyard Butcher.
Just one sweeten for me.
Sam, the other mother. Autumn and the Great Jacko. Spider Strike, Zombie. Arachnia the Clown. Who else have we got? Another Sweet Tooth, more Barnyard Butchers. So yeah, there it is. And I didn't even get to walk back here really, but of course you got kind of the other stuffs, so to speak. So there we go. A look at Spirit Halloween Roblox. I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to pass out. But we can have another dream for another night. Or another nightmare, perhaps. I'll see you on the flippity flop, everybody. Peace and love. God bless you. And remember, for all things Halloween, this is... Who am I? Hauntformer. I gotta enjoy this quietness while I can. Although I kind of miss being trampled by a bunch of people. Oh, it's still daylight. That's gonna